Oh, it's working. Thank Chuff for that. Let's see it up on Twitch. Let's see it rolling. Yeah. Let's see it rolling. Hi, you're with Scott. I'm Ganji Kid. I'm Midnight. It's Grave Kipper. I say that every time at the start. I got it wrong. Hi, you're with Scott. I'm Ganji Kid. I'm Grave Kipper. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear and your left ear. We are playing Genshin Impact, of course. What happened yesterday? What the chuff? You're going to say, where were you yesterday? What about your wishes? Look, I haven't pumped any wishes. Yet. New banner. What? You haven't pumped any wishes yet? New banner. New area. New desert. I haven't opened it up yet. I haven't even touched it yet. What? I haven't even looked at it yet. I haven't even tried to open it up. Nope. I haven't even touched it yet. What? Why haven't you done that? Look at this. New event. Oh, new event. Test run. Oh, test run. I haven't even tried it yet. What? Why haven't you even tried it yet? Why haven't you even tried the test run? New area. Why haven't you done that? Yesterday, come on Twitch. No, I didn't. No, I chuffing didn't. Why not? Oh, you go on Twitch yesterday. Twitch down UK. Twitch down UK. Yesterday, Twitch down. Today, no problem. But look, all last night, all 8 in the morning. This is in the UK, right? Everyone got up in the morning and tried Twitch again at 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning. Nope, not working. It's back on now. Last night, yesterday, 6 o'clock PM onwards, stopped working. Loads of problems in the UK on Twitch. Loads of tweets about it. Bit of an issue. So I wasn't able to run on the big day, on the new banner, on 3.1. I wasn't able to run the stream. So if you go to the channel, the YouTube channel, Ganji Kid,
out now, and
you'll see that I did a stream last night on the Ganji Kid channel live. I'm really considering making this Ganji Kid channel just Ganji Kid Genshin Impact. I'm moving all the other stuff. See, look, I got 100 views on my Madeleine McCann episode. I got 50 views on my Words on Stream episode. So people do come in the daytime to watch this channel to see other stuff than Genshin Impact. I do like to be a variety streamer. I only was playing Genshin Impact to check it out, and I'm going to be playing lots of other games. I've got a load of games on my Steam list to play, but I've ended up being a Genshin Impact streamer. I'm not even unhappy about it. I'm really happy about it. I upload the Genshin Impact videos to the Ganji Kid channel. I get a bit behind. So I'm only up to the reacting to the 3.1 trailer on the uploads, but I try and keep the uploads mixed up, getting a bit behind. It's okay, because it means that we've got, go to video producer, it means that we've got the last one that you've seen, why isn't that one published? Oh, it's a 48-second one. The last one that's been uploaded is that one to YouTube. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a B-side stream. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and today 9 episodes we're behind. So if I upload them one a day today, tomorrow, one a day, 9 days, we'll be doing more Genshin Impact by the time. We always get behind. And even if I upload 2 a day at the weekends, we do 2 streams a day at the weekend, we get behind. It's just how it is. It means that the playlist, the Genshin Impact playlist, is a little bit behind. But I think that's okay, because people who watch it for the first time might start at the start, and then they've got 76 episodes to get through before they catch up. But if I want to change and make this,
you're out now, and
if I wanted to make this just the Genshin Impact channel, I need to catch up on the uploads and just make this a Genshin Impact. I'm not sure. I think I won't. I think I'll stay mixing it up at the moment. We've also got this other channel, Battery Exhausted, the B-side channel, and on there I stream at night time and do some gameplay and listen to a podcast or watch some videos. You know what I mean? It's a much more chill stream, much more chill. So I've got this structure to it, which is that on Twitch right now, you'll be watching us now on Twitch. We'll be doing Genshin Impact. We're a Genshin Impact Twitch streamer. When we want to play a different game, we head over to Battery Exhausted, the B-side channel, and we might try out a different game or 2. Not the sort of game that is going to be ongoing forever, like not like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy, 20 streams of that, but a bit of an indie game here, a bit of a Twitch trend. Now I'm saying it should be on Twitch, shouldn't it, if it's a Twitch trend, but a bit of a different game there, you know, whatever. We're going to start playing some other stuff. I'll quickly open up my Steam and tell you what I've got in my library. I've got Astroneer we've been playing, it's interesting. How Fish is Made, Kindergarten, The Longest Walk, which is a sad one about depression. We've got Needy Streamer Overload, we played it before, Stellaris Subnautica. I've also got in my wish list, it's getting on for a big long list now, I want to play some Rust, I want to try Unclaimed World, Double Dragon Trilogy, the old original Double Dragon, Pang Adventures, Foxhole, a new MMO, a war-based MMO that I want to try out, Half-Life on the VR, I want to do that, Raikkonen, it looks amazing, so like Cycle Frontier, Rumble on the VR, watch me stream my mental breakdown, that's going to be funny, Blood Bowl, Wandering Village, Door Kickers, Elden Ring, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Stray, Potion Permit, Immortality, Lakeside, Izonzo, Beneath the Mountain, The Matriarch, which is new, Ib, and Chatfight. Like, there's loads there. So I want to get some of those games played, and I'm really unsure about where we're at, about what channel. Like the B-side, Battery Exhausted, makes sense, doesn't it? I'll play other games, I'll mess about, it's in the upstairs room, I do it in the late evenings, that makes sense. Hello, when I play 5 dates, hello Jojo, I have played 5 dates, I have played 5 dates. If we go to Ganji Kid channel, videos, there's 2 things that you can find here. You go search here, 5 dates, and I have played it, look, there's all the episodes, 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes of 5 dates, and on top of that, what I do sometimes is go on Ganji Arts, and I did. See, this is exactly the sort of thing, though. You know, 5 dates was exactly the sort of game that I'm talking about. 5 dates is bad, and here's why I did a review of it.
This is an art chat. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear, and this is your left ear.
We can watch a bit of this. I'm going to play 10 dates. Oh, yeah, definitely, absolutely, definitely. That sounds great. It's out on Monday. I didn't know that. Nice to have a new time chatter. And thanks for the info. I'll put that on the list. You see, this is the issue I've got. Too many games, and when you get onto fucking being a Genshin Impact streamer, which is what we are now on Twitch, it's never ending, is it? I want to play Genshin Impact almost every evening. I kind of do because of primos. Always make sure I grab my primos and do my commissions, and spend my resin. But I also want to play it at the weekends and do all the events. I love Genshin Impact; it's brilliant. But I need this, like, I hope I'm not spoiling my own work. Do you know what I mean? I hope I'm not ruining things for myself by having a YouTube channel that is an eclectic mix. Not YouTube Studio, you idiot. Your channel. So on Ganji Kid, you know, you can always catch up with the Genshin Impact here. And you'll see me streaming like serious talking stuff in the days. We'd also give money to charity on the interactive word game stream. It's a bit of a mix, and that's the same with the B-side channel. It's a bit of a mix. So I don't know if I should have a separate Genshin Impact channel the amount I'm playing it, you know. But then I don't want to have a separate channel for every game. You know, that sounds loopy, doesn't it? Asmongold's a streamer, and he has one channel, Asmongold, and the B-side. And, you know, when he's playing stuff and doing serious main stuff, it's on the main channel. It doesn't matter if it's Warcraft or 5 dates or anything. It's all on the main channel. So I don't know, but I've got all these channels, so make sure to check them out. This is a great example of it. I've done this review for 5 dates. See if you like it. We'll play this, and I want to let the room fill up as well. Oh, you're the lead actor. You're the lead actor. Which lead actor? In the new one? In the new one? Or in this current one? The reason I was like being an actor, you don't have a choice in this. But the reason I was down on 5 dates initially is because I found it to be sexist. I found it to be strange that we couldn't explore a relationship with our male peer, and that some of the things, some of the like behaviour of, I've forgotten his name now. The main, is it you? You're in the new one, so you might be good. You might avoid my scathing reproach, but. I'll let this play a little bit because I want to let the room fill up a little bit. Today's Genshin Impact stream is going to be a big one. I've got all the wishes to do, I've got the abyss to do, and we've got new places to have a look at. So, big stream. So I want to let it fill up a bit so people can see the wishes. This is an example of like one of the edits that I did.
5 Dates would like to think it's a modern relationship simulator.
I feel bad now because I'm quite scathing and you're
recording the social history of the recent pandemic and how social distancing rules change the way people interact.
Nice.
Sadly, it turns out to be a wingman simulator.
Yep, I get harsh on it. I was disappointed, like I say, in some of the... Like, we're in a very modern world, and yet we've got some sort of patriarchal... There's a lot of...
Okay, I think this is a good spot.
Let's get that fireplace.
And the other one, Vinny, annoyed me because... yeah, exactly, you do your job, you know, you're not writing it, and... there are two protagonists. That'll be interesting. I hope, you know, we'll see how it plays out. I'll be open-minded, absolutely. I hope that we have more opportunity to explore different facets of human personality. And the other thing that annoyed me about Vinny, as the protagonist in this one, was that he was dunderheaded and dull, and I'm not. So it's like the options I had to say to these girls were not the things I would have said. And quite often I was led to a point where I was like, why is he saying this? Fucking hell. And I found it distasteful, some of the things he said. I bet you are. I bet you're shitting it for the streams. I bet you're shitting it. It must be strange because as an actor, I imagine, I'm just guessing, but as an actor, I imagine you've done some sort of training and that they've talked to you a lot about presentation for camera, about how the camera reads you. I think they've probably talked to you a bit about how... you know, there's the depth of acting, there's the depth of understanding someone's feelings and being able to not just empathise, but recreate them inside yourself and example them to others so that they can understand them. Like, that must be quite difficult because, you know, I can feel sad, but whether you know I feel sad, that's a different story. But then you're on top of this, you're recording it for a game, aren't you? So there's a difference. Like, when you know it's going to be edited a certain way, the director can say, yeah, absolutely, make sure you pull this face at the end here or stand over there because we're going to cut here and move to this. And like, you know where it's going to push and how the feelings are going to be pushed. So you know where to lean heavy and where you can go a little lighter because the edit will like pull some of those things in for you. Oh, we're going to have it raining and there's going to be like sad music. So you don't have to over egg this one. You know what I mean? Whereas on a game, you've got very little... like the creative control that the creative decision making process is taken out of your hands, isn't it? So you have to behave in all ways depending on what the player has chosen, and that, like, as an actor, I imagine it's very difficult. I mean, I'm sure you've done a very good job, and I'll tell you what, the one thing I did think out of all this was that the acting was good. Like, I thought the characterization might have been left something to be desired in some aspects. But I think they were believable. The people were believable. I didn't sit there going, oh, like, I might not have said that if I was Vinny, but I didn't go, oh, like, who's this? Like, she's like got one attitude here and one attitude there. I don't understand that. Like, I thought they were quite believable. It's certainly a good idea as well, and an interesting format to explore more. I was, like I said, I was just mainly surprised that it was so boorishly masculinized.
My outlook. Let's see if they align.
But you're not really able to ask detailed and meaningful questions to aid your decisions. How do men even understand women?
Dating me is complicated enough as it is. That is, if you want to keep dating me.
The game begins to feel sinister and creepy when, after completing a cycle of 6 dates, the game loop is a total of 6 dates, 3 initial dates.
That annoyed me as well. It's called 5 dates and you do 6.
Narrowed down to 2 further dates with 1 final date.
Oh, I'm a
Yeah,
chuffer
that's
sometimes.
6 from 5 potential suitors. After completing a cycle of 6 dates, you can repeat the process. Time travel back to the start, but this time armed with the intimate knowledge of what each woman is like.
I completely agree with that.
And that, I found, like, that was a real strange one for me, because obviously in the real world you meet people, you make mistakes, you move on, whatever, but you can't go back in time and redo it. So the ability to, like, go through the date once round and make all the wrong answers and then go back in time and make all the right answers, that made me feel like that. This was a problem I had, right? Is that it made me feel, I'll read your comment in a second, I'm just gonna, because otherwise it'll break my brain trying to do 2 brain things, is that in the real world, you make these mistakes, you move on, you learn, whatever. If you're boorish and rude to somebody, they won't like you anymore. That's the end of it. But in this game, I was taught, as a man, as a young man, I was taught that you can learn the correct answers to women's issues, to women's problems, to their personalities. If you learn the correct answers and say the right things, you can get into bed with them or win the date, so to speak. So it became less about me exampling my own personality and having it sing through Vinny, which is important. My personality is the important thing that we're measuring here. How I respond to her and how she responds to me from my heart is what's important. But I learned that I could scrap my heart, forget that, put that in the box. Doesn't matter. As long as I tell her what she wants to hear, I can get her into bed. That was a dangerous precedent to set, I think, in a game like this. I think that we shouldn't necessarily... I mean, it would ruin the replayability, so you need to be able to play the game over. But maybe the second playthrough, they have some more awareness or maybe questions that you've asked. I don't know how you'd approach it. It'd be a difficult issue for the developers, but the fact that I could replay my life and give people what they wanted to hear, I found myself feeling very sinister in that. A bit like I had a girlfriend, and instead of telling her the truth, which I always do, I would say whatever fucking lies or bullshit. She'd go, "Oh, do you like my new dress?" "Yeah, I like your new dress. Yeah, it makes you look lovely." And I'm lying and I hate it. I can't live in that dichotomy. I'm generally the most thoughtful person you've spoken to about it yet. It was very odd, as I wasn't playing just one person. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, isn't it? You have to play the role of this person if they thought this, and this person if they also thought that. But that's almost schizophrenia as an actor. You have to research your role, and you probably have a feeling yourself even once you've started to embody the role fully. I'm sure this is the case, even if people don't method act. I'm sure you start to think, you might even be watching the telly and think, Vinny'd like this. Vinny'd think that. Do you know what I mean? Vinny'd think this, Vinny'd like that. I got the impression from controlling Vinny that I knew what he was like in contrast to me and my heart. But then if you're playing the role, then you've got to say, right, Vinny'd like this, but of course Vinny would also like that at the same time. And I don't know which one the agents, the players of the game are going to choose. So I have to live in a world where Vinny likes both things. And you have to play out both storylines with all different forks. That must be very difficult as an actor, because you're constantly being asked to recontextualize your character and reorganize your thoughts, which is very difficult. I think it helps that the game... and hopefully, if you like what I'm saying here, let the developers see it. I'm not being horrible to them. I played the game fully. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I thought there were some issues, and because I'm doing an art review, a culture review, I thought there were quite big flags to wave. But overall, I sound mean when I reflect on my review, but that's what a critic does sometimes, and I do understand that I'm not. I'm into indie development. I made a documentary. Another thing, if you go on the channel here, and you go to videos on the Ganji Kid channel, and you search indie, then I made this documentary about indie game development, and I spoke to all these indie game developers, and it was in Sweden, and I didn't fully finish the film, get it on Netflix, but I fully finished the edit, and the edit's there on YouTube if you want to see it in draft form. So I'm down with all this. I'm down with the Indie Nation. I'm down with that. In fact, one day I want to become an indie producer myself. So I understand it's hard to hear criticism online, and it might seem like, somebody's giving me a kicking, but I hope they hear this and understand it as well, because I think it's quite important, and it would open out the game in terms of maybe even you do it as a little DLC where you can explore the relationship with the wingman. What was his name? I've forgotten, but Vinny and this chap, they had a lot of conversations, and at no point did Vinny say, look, I've actually had feelings for you. That can happen in so many young men. They can explore their sex. It doesn't mean they have to be 100% gay at the end of it either, but to be able to explore these things, these themes within a game, and not even have to leave your house, and that must be a fantastic opportunity, and also something that many, I suppose, young men would struggle with, and so the fact that they can't explore it in this version of the game, that's a shame. That's just a shame, isn't it? Because some people might think that. There might actually be a young man out there who plays this game and thinks, you know what, everyone in the world is telling me I'm supposed to date these women, but I'm attracted to this guy. So what do I do now? And the answers are not there in the game. The questions may be raised, but they're not there in answered. And you have to be these completely different people as an actor. It must be a very... what I was going to say about that is that fortunately for you, the content is broken up in sequence and segments. So instead of me spending time with one character all the way through. I meet like 5 different characters, and I'm constantly as a player sort of weighing up in the back of my mind which one I'm more into.
Come on.
I'm constantly weighing up which one I'm more into and stuff. So I guess like you don't have that consistent line, and so when someone comes on and they could be slightly different in the later episode, you think, oh, hang on, what have I done here? Like you think it's me that's changed. I've done something to make them change, so they've changed because of my. You think that you're interacting. So even the odds in inconsistency could be borne out a lot of the time with games, different to films. In films, when you're watching a film, you let it do your imagination for you, and you watch it on the screen and go, wow, that looks amazing. But in games, and in reading and other forms of literature where you're interacting, quite often your imagination starts to come out and show itself. And like you could be playing FIFA. I do this all the time. I could be playing FIFA, and I've given all the characters like personalities, and they don't have any personalities. They're little football men, but in my brain they're like, oh, he's angry with him because he's from Wales and he's from England, and they don't like each other, and like so I got to play him on the left wing and him on the right wing. And I think about these strange. I'm being a patriarch there as well. It could be a female character, couldn't it? Just because it's football doesn't have to be men. See, I'm guilty of these things as well. I think that the beauty of games like this is that you use your imagination. So you construct a sort of sub-narrative that doesn't exist in your head. Like maybe Vinny has done this, maybe she has done that, and you sort of fill in some gaps. You'll generally pass it on to the developer. I agree with a lot of your points, and it comes across as encouraging manipulation. It's a completely new area for me as an actor. I love gaming, but I've never been involved in one. It's a new one. There are possibilities of exactly what you're talking about in regard to same-sex relationships. Good. I explored different aspects of my sexuality as I grew up, I suppose, but I'm not like the person that would fly the flag for the LGBT community necessarily, because I'm just I suppose I'm a heterosexual male now, I'd say that, but I just thought, it was a standout thing in the modern world. And I feel, make sure you show them this, me saying this, because I feel bad, because I feel like I'm being harsh. But then
romantic, potentially sexual relationship, while she's vulnerable and in need of support.
Oh, that
it's
was
exactly
a big one,
this kind of dynamic that leads to abuse in real world.
So, which one was that? One of them required support, and I felt that we were just trying to get them into bed.
Sorry. You look lovely.
I opened up my age parameter for a change.
Oh, this is me hating Vinny. This is me hating Vinny. Look.
Like, I opened up my age parameter for a change, and you looked. Sorry.
I opened up my age. Why did you date me? I'm a bit older than you. I opened it up for a change, and you look lovely.
You look lovely.
I opened up my age parameter for a change. And what he's saying there is, like, you're like, I couldn't find anyone good enough in my age range, so I had to widen the net. So now we're looking into the outliers. You managed to get on the list, but I'm not really looking for someone your age. That's a terrible thing to say to somebody that you're on a date with. This left me a bit.
See, I'd never ever have done that. Why did you date someone older? I couldn't find anyone in my age range, and you looked the part. I wouldn't have said that. Vinny was tactless and dunderheaded, like I said sometimes. So, and I had to play him. I'll tell you what though, overall, very interesting concept, and I'm glad they're carrying on with it, and I'm glad they're pushing ahead with more future releases. I would say widen the net. That's probably the best thing. I'm open to seeing what the new one's like, and I'd just say widen the net as wide as you can go. Taking the other thing that I really passionately believe in, and I don't know who's on the team of developers, so I can't speak to this for them, but we talk on this stream about all sorts of things, and sometimes sexism, stuff like that. Abortion rights is a great example of this. Sometimes the subject will come up, and I have to say, look, I don't have the answers because I didn't live that life. I'm a man. So as much as I might have ideas on the opinions of women, or ideas on the personalities of women, or whatever it is concerning some other group like women, I can give my feelings and my thoughts, but you shouldn't put me on top of the pile and listen to me the most, because I'm not a woman, am I? So when it comes to abortion rights, Like, we should listen to all the women first, let them do all the this is my opinion, let them do all the voting, let them make all the decisions, and if you want to voice, they want to ask you, you can voice your opinions, but ultimately it should be down to them to make the decisions. So I think this falls into that category quite a lot as well, because there's 5 girls, 1 boy, and the dynamic is, I'm choosing from these girls, I'm doing the choosing, and I'm choosing from these girls, and sometimes it's going a bit wrong, so I have to manipulate, like, you know, manipulate's a tough word, but I have to say the right things to them to ensure that they don't, you know, behave funny. So I think that dynamic's a bit skewed, and I'd ask a lot of women about what they feel about dating online and, you know, video dating, and I would try and find other voices and say, what would you say in this? You know, how would you, like, my market research would be people that are not me, and then I'd listen to them as much as I could and try and reinterpret it, but maybe even bring them on board and let them do the, like, this sounds like a big thing for a developer or a writer or anyone to do, is to say, look, instead of just listening to their opinions and then reinterpreting them from my perspective through my prism, why don't you write an episode? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do because it means taking my hand off the wheel and saying I'm going to hand it over to somebody else. And I don't know who maybe the developers are. It says Paul Rashid, you see. It says an interactive film by Paul Rashid. So that's a man. So, like, there's 5 women here and 1 man. I don't know where the balance is in the writing and stuff, but sometimes I think it's just even more important to just let them say what they want to say, these other people, and not to try and speak for them, even though I want to speak for them, if that makes sense. And I hope that everything goes really well with the release, and, like, don't worry about things. One of the best things that I've noticed about games, right, is the games industry is bigger now than the games industry is bigger than the film industry. So ongoing into the future, there'll be more and more roles for actors in the games industry, and as you can see from 5 Dates, it might seem that it might be there are more classic roles, you know, standing in front of a camera and delivering your performance, but it might be that there are also more abstract roles, everything from voiceover to being a character model, and I think that the world of video games and digital media, interactive digital media, certainly through the indie perspective, like indie, they're not beholden to the same commercial pressures, so an indie game can challenge a norm or say something, or, you know, an indie game doesn't have to just sell 1 million copies and have the latest AK-47 gun in it. So indie games are where this it's a bit like in music, you have like the main pop music, and then underneath that you have this underground culture, and the underground culture is what's really cool and where the ideas come from, and then the pop music just sort of feeds on it. I think indie games are the same. They're the underground culture, they're the breeding ground for ideas, and then something can be really explored there without having to worry about commercial pressure. And if it does well, if it explores something interesting, it doesn't have to have the correct answers. Like 5 Dates did something that other games hadn't done and explored somewhere that they hadn't explored. You know, it's like turning on torches in dark caves sometimes. That is enough sometimes, because now we're having this conversation. So the fact that it was a catalyst for a conversation, to me, is just as important as getting the right answer in the game. You don't have to make the perfect game, but you're bringing something to the table that we can then discuss. So I'm very new to Twitch. I'm going to come back and watch your stuff. I'd actually love to hear what you think of the new one. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it on the list. Like I said at the start of this episode, I've got a great big list of games that I need to play, or want to play is better. Hello, Capital K. This is Capital K. I'm trying to... I've clicked on this thing now and I can't. I'm going to follow, and then I'm going to try. Can I just? I don't want to block him. I want to just go back to my chat normal. What have I done? I've messed up my chat. There it is. It's gone. Right, that's gone. Yeah. Capital K. Jolp 90. I don't know what to call you. Jolp. Should I just call you Jolp? Capital K is one of our long-time supporters. Capital K watched the whole. He's a producer on this channel. I'll call him a producer. A lover, not a fighter, and a knocker out. He watched the whole of the playthrough, and he's got his own social media. He's got his own YouTube as well. So he watched the whole of the playthrough. So he's another voice that can give you an opinion. So check him out on his YouTube channel as well. If I go to YouTube and I don't know if I've got it on, because I'm on Ganjikin, I'm subscribed on my other channel, aren't I? Where's my subscriptions here? Why doesn't it just show me all the people I'm subscribed to? Great, good one, YouTube. Why didn't it bring it up for me? See, this is good old YouTube. Where are you now? Where's your channel? Chuffer. Anyway, he's got his own. You don't have to show my dead channel. All right. Well, this is the person you're talking to here in chat there, capital K, is the actor in the new game. Hey. So, I hope you see the other longer message above. It was a pleasure talking to you, all the feedback. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for your thoughts and feedback. I'm not being harsh. I love this aspect of being able to engage with people who've played it. You haven't seen this video that I made though. You say I'm not being harsh. When you watch the whole of this,
it's a game for streamers.
You'll be like, he's a fucking dickhead. He's really kicked it in. You've got to realise, let's be fair, that it is a critique, and I am trying to be edgy in a way. I'm trying to like give it a bit of a licking, because if you just do a video that says this game is good, 5 out of 10, it's a useless video. So I do give it a bit of a licking, and I hope that this bit that I'm doing now contextualizes it more, because I don't want to seem like a dickhead. But sometimes you can make a piece, upload it, look at it 6 months later and say, I sound like a bit of a dickhead.
Something we can pause and talk about. It actually has a streamer mode for that reason.
True that.
Something that can spark conversations, bring ideas into focus and elicit responses. It's definitely got a real hipster vibe as well, a real trendy hipster vibe running through it. The irony is that in the hands of streamers, this game offers hours of content.
See, I'm saying nice things as well, but, in a strange way, because I'm a bit of a bastard. I just wish I could speak properly and not have to use the chat box. We can get you on, if you want. You're going to come back to Twitch. We can get you on. I've got a... see, I'm not particularly techie as well, but I've got Discord. If I just open it up... this is how we do this. Just give me a second, because it will load up, and I'm called Ganji Stream Server, and I invite people by giving them this link, and then I put this link in chat and I paste it. Now you've got the Discord. That means you can get into our Discord, and then once you're in the Discord, you can talk to us, and you can talk to us with microphones and everything, and we can get you on stream. I'm not going to do it now because I'm about to run a Genshin Impact stream, but I'd love to have you on. That would be great. We'll play the game in the near future. Say hello in Discord. Just add us in Discord. If you're not on Discord yet, you might have to set one up, but it is a good thing. It's like Skype used to be, or Zoom, but for gamers. Everyone's on it. So you can use voice chat if you don't want to have your face on it, or you can get your camera out if you want your camera out, and we can get you on. We can have a chat. That would be a great stream for me. I'd really enjoy it. Learning all about how the game was made and what sort of things you had to do as an actor would be an insight. And that was the one thing I was going to say as well, is going on to finish this piece of chat that I was saying. It'd be cool to do it once the game is out, yeah, and for us to have some time to set it up would be good as well, because at the moment I'm just wearing a scruffy coat. I'm going to play Genshin Impact in the evening, but if I was to have you on, I'd probably put my suit and tie on and make it look a bit more presentable, because you never know. You might be a good looking chuffer, and I might have to tell you all the right answers to convince you to get into my bed. So I don't think about property until Valentine's Day. No worries. Or we can build up to it if you want. We can build up to it. Or we can check in with you and see how things are going on other projects. Because I wanted to say this, is that surely there is now a wider... are you on Mandy? I'm on Mandy.com, right? Mandy... Where's Mandy? Bring up Mandy Network. Because I made a documentary. I also made a documentary that was on Netflix. I was part of a team... Well, my best friend at the time was the main leader of the team, and I was just like, there was 3 of us, and I was on the team, and I did film, and I did sound, and I did questions, and I did conversations, and we made a documentary about Eddie Strongman, and it went on to the Netflix. So I've had some experience in media production, so I do know what I'm doing. So this website Mandy we use, and you can if you want a job, voiceover artists. You might find a job on this, and you apply to them. And for me as a media producer, it's been an absolute waste of time. A total waste of time, because there's jobs out there for free, and you're like, oh, I don't want to work for free. And then there's jobs out there that you get paid for, and it just about covers your travel to London, and you're like, I can't afford that. But now see, I'm already finding it. Look here, voiceover artist, game launch film, casting a 60-second film launch for a mobile game, looking for a female voiceover artist. So I think there's going to be a lot more in the future. There's going to be a lot more crossover. In Mandy.com is for media professionals, and that means media producers, that means voiceover artists, actors, anything. And I think there's going to be a lot more crossover in the industry of, I don't want to say games, because I think what you're going to run for the hills now. Wait to see if I got the right answer first. But the world of media work, we're going to be playing some games on this stream as well that are about depression, about cancer, and you wouldn't call them games. You know, you really wouldn't. But they are games because they're designed on an engine, and we play them with the mouse and the keyboard. But really, they're media products that can speak to somebody more deeply than just a visual and audio experience because of the interactivity. So that's something we discussed in that film I made here about indie game development in Sweden. So there's a lot for you to catch up on, there's a lot for you to find on the channel, and like I said, sometimes it requires some search and find on the channel because the channel's a big eclectic mess of content. But I'd love to have you on. Find us in the Discord or through any of these means. Just keep in touch, and yes, we'll absolutely do that. We'll put it on the diary date, we'll plan an interview day, and we'll have you on. Something else that I did on Battery Exhausted is we did a playthrough, because like I said, I've got these, if I go to the channel,
You're out now,
and I go to
something.
channels, Battery Exhausted being the B-side, I'm a bit rough in my content creation platforming. I don't really know exactly how I want to specialise or anything like that. But over here we played Journey of the Broken Circle. And I did the whole playthrough, and then we interviewed the developer as well, which was nice. This is my first, like when I very first started streaming a year and a half, 2 years ago. Year and a half ago or so now. So we did this interview, and it was great, you know.
And our graphic artist Delphine Forneau actually added a bit of sort of a bit of magic to it, like the double rainbows. And
we love the double rainbows. Yeah, we spent some time there. We spent some time just enjoying the way the in reality, when you see a rainbow, you can see through it, and it plays with the environment, doesn't it? We spent some time there just enjoying that. Yeah. So I'm quite up to doing interviews. This was on my old camera setup, and the person I was interviewing, she didn't have a particularly good camera either, so it's low quality, but the thing we're talking about is interesting, isn't it? So hopefully that's, you know, hopefully we can get back to doing some of that. I'm really pleased you joined into the stream today. Thank you for your input, and I'll reiterate, sorry for being a harsh bastard.
Lengthy replayability, and could be used as a teaching tool for some really good ideas. It can draw out your true feelings, and streamers, if they give their honest responses, can reveal their true nature, even if we can't get Vinny to play along. In this context, the game is as brilliant as the person playing it. More than most video games, it offers complex talking points and places to jump off into an exploration of your own personality. Maybe this is the true value of 5 dates, and strangely something that I said it was fundamentally lacking.
So there you go. I proved myself wrong in the I proved myself wrong in that as well in the review. Ganji Kid, Ganji Cuts, Ganji Arts, main channel here on YouTube, the main channel, and you can find everything in this set of different channels, or you go to videos and you click search and you just type in whatever you're looking for and it might come up. Cool. Vinny married me. Yeah, and if you can get Vinny's number for capital K, if you could find Vinny's number, then you can... Jolp's the main character in the new game, so I don't know if it's actually Vinny or a different character, but you might have a new Vinny on your hands, capital K, so... But if you could get his number for capital K, then that would be a double bonus. Your side profile in True Binaural ASMR is actually bad. That's the first picture I ever took for the internet, so I just left it up. I'm not like controlling all the media, like, you know, I'm not like thinking hard. I took a picture of myself and put it up. The same with the Ganji clips. That battery exhausted photo Matt took when I was in an elevator in America, so I just put it up. I haven't got I'm not like big on the old. Yeah, if you want to write a review of me and why I'm shit, then I'll take it all on the chin as well. Like, there's loads of things I know about in media that I just don't do. We don't even have an Instagram, for Christ's sake. Yeah, so that's all good in the hood. Glad we looked at that. And now, back to Genshin Impact, which is going to be an absolute joy today. We've left a little bit of time for things to get started. Juzzy's still not in the chat. I'm waiting on Juzzy, really, because Juzzy has been here forever, and I don't want to do the wishes without Juzzy. You go to the Discord link, we'll talk to you again. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it all. Make sure you do, because I will admit, quickly, I'll admit, I'm terrible at replying to messages, and I'm nervous. You're talking to me on stream like this, I'll talk to you. But then ringing someone up that I don't know and like being nervous, like, oh, I hate it. I don't know how you go to castings and get jobs. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you turn up to talk to these strangers that you've never met before and, like, you know, put yourself out there in the world. I find it much easier to do it quietly behind a camera in my house than I do out there in the world. But kudos to you, and 10 out of 10. I hope everything goes really well with your career as well, because I think there's an ever-expanding world of opportunities, but I understand that it can be like it's like pushing a stone uphill, isn't it? It's like dragging something heavier, or like getting that momentum going. A bit like streaming, getting that momentum going and hoping things start to really roll. And some days you'll have, like, you know, absolute joys. Like, it must have been a joy to be part of the project and do the work. And other days you'll have fears and anxieties, and those exact fears and anxieties they hold you back from doing the exact thing that you enjoy. So it's like this weird double-edged sword. If you just work in a bank and you just go into the bank every day and they say sit there and count the money, then, you know, you don't have all those feelings going on. So it's quite a brave thing to do, to be an actor. It's quite a brave thing to put yourself out there in the world and be open, like, not just open to, but expect disappointment at times, because not everyone can get every role. So and I expect there'll be times where you think, oh, I'll be perfect for this, but they don't think you're perfect for this, or you get a job that you didn't expect would turn into whatever it's turned into. So it's a bit of a, it's not a guarantee, is it? It's not like you work in the office for 10 years and you become the office manager. So there's maybe risk involved, and that's your life. So I think it's quite a brave thing to do. So yeah, congratulations, kudos, and good luck. Yeah. What an interesting chat. What an interesting chat. Now I've got to kick some people's heads in for Primo Gems. Bit of a change of tone now. This is me kicking people's heads in for Primo Gems. We've got mainly this finished, but this is only available for 2 more days, and I've got to kick some heads to get some Primo Gems. So we'll do this. We'll let the room fill up a little bit. If it doesn't, I'm still going to do the wishes today. I can't keep off it. I need my Genshin Impact wishes. Free to play all the way, so I've never spent money on this game, and it's a joy. Yeah, I'm not going to get into deep reviewing any further. I'm going to let my brain rest, and I need to achieve some head kicking. So let's see what goes on. The description here, no, not that. I need to know what my baddies are going to be. Where are my baddies? Does it tell me my baddies? There it is. Look, it's telling me my baddies. Second half is these Vishaps. Chamber 2, second half is Electro. Chamber 3, second half is Mages. So I need to be able to kill Electro in the second half and Water in the first. I want Water in the first half, kill Electro in the second. Kill Electro and Water. I want Pyro in the second half. That's a Hydro Gunner. Pyro in the second half and Electro in the first half. No, that's Electro. It's confusing the fuck out of me. Pyro and Electro. I mix in the first one, but definitely Pyro in the second one. And in this one, you've got to use your Dendro characters as well. Oh, it's a toughie, this one. It's tough for me to work in my brain and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And I've only got a day to do it, so I feel really under pressure. So I'm just going to put my little squad together and just go for a bang and see what happens. I've got no Electro on there. I can't see now. I can't remember if I said I needed Electro in the second half or not. So I don't. Total random for me. Don't have a clue. Don't know. No healer. Should really take a healer, shouldn't I? But what happens if I don't take Electro and I need it? It was the Water Vishaps, and at the end, I'm just going to take the healer and just see what happens. The problem I've got as well is... oh, you'll laugh. You won't laugh. You won't laugh. I laugh in because it does my head in. But this is all about speed and time. I don't like the pressure. I've got to kill everything quick. Quick as quick can be to get the primos. Quick as quick can be. And I don't really like the pressure. So let's go. Oh, it's all the mushrooms, okay?
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Come on, kill the mushrooms. And the problem is they're all standing far apart from each other.
Fortune preserver.
So now they need to
Speed of light. With sword comes shadow.
get in the circle so they can die, please. See, I'm slow already, aren't I? See how slow I am? They're up in the air.
Don't blink. Hey.
I can feel the pace is slow. No specials. I've chosen a bad squad, I think.
Scatter.
So I've only got one real good damage
Go.
DPS here.
Incoming. Hey.
Come on, can I get my specials going as well? There was one. There's another special. That's what we need. Bit of pace, bit of alacrity. Let's have some alacrity. I should really be making a big circle and killing them all in a big circle of specials, but I'm not. So I can feel the pace is slow. I'm doing my old one-on-one strategy instead of everyone at once, which I need to learn. Is probably the preferred play style, isn't it?
With sword comes shadow.
5 of 18 is not a lot. And it's all about pace.
Wheel of life.
Come on, get the big mushroom thing out. There we go.
Incoming.
Now we can do some damage.
No, my sword.
And you have to use your Dendro in this one, because it gives you bonus for the Dendro. Bonus attack.
Scatter.
Come on, please kill them. Please kill them.
Fries.
Fries.
Hey.
Please kill them all.
Nowhere to hide. Rain outlines your.
I can't believe I've just told... hello, Cruel. I can't believe I've just told Jolt to let the producers of the game see my review, because I'm so harsh in that review. I feel like a right bastard. I'm going to have to do a reflections video where I reflect on it and say that I'm a bastard, because I don't want to feel bad.
Cut to the chase.
Main thing, I don't want to feel bad. And when you criticise somebody's creative work, they're going to not like it. They're going to think, oh, I don't like that. Don't like the criticism.
Rain cutter.
It's quite stinging criticism in a way. So they're not going to like that.
Don't blink. Hey.
I've chosen the wrong squad here. Come on. Time is of the essence.
Speed of light. Propagate.
Propagate. That's it. Get that out.
Orders
Get that out.
given. Orders received.
We're not going to make the top time, are we now? I can feel it. Go on, you. Get those wet cutters in.
Scatter.
Scatter.
Nowhere to hide.
Nowhere to hide, but Electro on Electro here, so it's immune to it. Not helping. Chose a bad squad. Those mushrooms aren't coming close enough, are they?
Don't blink.
I want to get them all together and they're not coming close
No, my
enough.
sword.
Please, 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 kill.
Speed of light.
Yeah, they're getting closer now. Push that over there, push that over there.
Scatter.
There we go, now I'm hitting everything.
Hey.
Where have you gone? Where have you gone? I need to kill you. No.
Go.
Got you. Where's the other one? Oh, there's one over there that hasn't been killed. This is what slows me down on this.
Incoming. Cut to the
Definitely this as well. And there's another one over there that hasn't been killed. I need to get them together.
Speed of light. Let me weave you a verse. Scatter. Don't blink.
There we go, got it. But I don't know if I got it in time. And And once we've done a bash of this, we'll get the wishes out, and then we'll go and have a look at the new desert. Ooh. Right, you might see in this one, I've got Collie on, got a Collie on, and I've also got Sucrose in the team. I'm ready to pop Sucrose. I can do it with Sucrose now. I can start to do the damage, so let's see it.
Absorption test. Come on out. Going,
Oh, I missed Sucrose. I missed Sucrose's special. I just said I could do it and I failed to do it. These wet chocolates. And we go swirl, marks, twirl, and then we go. See, look, got it going. Got that going, as it should. Blow them all up. But again, I don't feel I'm doing quick enough damage here. Gives you the bonus for this, doesn't it?
Absorption test.
Come on, let's get Cleat. Where's Cleat? I mean, these are choppers, aren't they? They're not getting me. Throwing the special out of the way there. That was a waste. Can you come over here in my circle? No.
Stand clear. Enhanced animal module.
Go. Look at that, big swirls. Not really doing big damage though, am I? I need to rethink my strategy on this room.
Animal test 6308.
Kick some heads, come on. Animal hypostasis. A bit of that, a bit of that. I've not got a healer on. Oh, I've got Sai. He's having a wee then, wasn't it? Was it having a wee? Oh, it's getting ugly. I can't move out the corner. I'm stuck. They've bashed me. Stuck me in.
Absorption test.
Doing some heals.
Don't break my glass.
Don't break my glasses. Please use your specials.
Stand clear. Come on out.
There you go. And we'll have this one. And we'll have this.
Swirl, mark. Hi. Got a dash.
Is that on the outside of the swirl or what? It stood outside the swirl. What do we get? No, nowhere near. Nowhere near. Definitely need to rethink this. I need to make time for the person to wish. There's also something starting today. Check your event. Yeah, there's the new... I got too much on the stack here, look. We're going to leave this because I've just fucked it up. So it doesn't matter what I pick. We're going to leave that. Sorry. Just fuck that up. Leave for now. We need to go back. I've only got 24 hours, 36 hours to do that in before it resets. So I need to think about that and choose the right squad. And as you've seen, my brain will not keep those different criteria in mind. I can't think about what there's 3 floors, there's 2 sides to each floor, and I need to arrange a squad for each. I just can't keep it in my mind. I need to get, what I tend to do in my real life for shit like that is I'll get a pen and paper and I'll write the fucker down and I'll draw it so I can see it, and I can't just keep it in my head, otherwise it's too much. It's too much. Same with hairdressing. I used to have, you keep record cards for clients because like when I used to do hair colour, if you don't have a record card for the client, you're like, oh, I'll remember your hair colour. Will you though? Will you though? So I used to have everything written down on the record cards religiously because I needed to know. Wouldn't be able to remember. Yeah. In the events, There's this, isn't there? Oh. 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 Do what now? Complete sounds from afar? What?
Everything is negotiable.
Except Prima Gems. Sounds from afar. Where's that? See, it's one of these where it's locked behind the other one that I haven't done. There, sounds from afar, ballads and brews. Oh no, this is the new thing. This is it. This is it. So we can do that. 60 primos. Absolutely, we can do that. We can do that. I'll tell you what else we've got to do as well. Is we haven't even done the test run. So we can do that. I want to go and try and find the fucking desert. Probably won't get to do that today. But new area. It just says new area, look. When I press go, it's like, there it is. So I'm thinking I could just run over there now. I'm thinking the invisible barrier is removed and I can just run over there. But I'm very surprised to see it over here. Because I thought it'd be more northern. I thought this area would be involved. So I'm a bit surprised. But wow. So I want to do that. I want to do my usual, forget the story, just run over there on my own 2 feet and, you know, find these things in my own way. So I could do that. There's loads, isn't there? There's fucking loads. There's fucking loads. I'll tell you what, should we pop one wish now? Let's do the 3 wishes now. I've got... Look at these primos as well. They gave me like 500 yesterday or whatever. I've got 19,173. And then I've got 3 of these 3 wishes. So let's pop 3 now because I'm so desperate to do a wish. It's like yesterday was Christmas. The new characters came out and I couldn't play it. I wasn't allowed. Twitch down. So today I'm desperate to pop a few wishes. I can't get this song out of my head as well. You know the Macklemore song. I'm gonna pop some tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm coming, looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. You know, thrift shop. Do you know that? You know that song, don't you? Because I'm a free-to-play player. I feel like this is appropriate. This song. I just feel like it is. Because we're not even going for the main character, are we? We're just going for Candice. So, this is all I want. I don't want the full whack. I just want, I just want this. What? I don't know if we should save the 3 wishes until they change this banner. Because everyone keeps talking about how they're going to add things to this banner. Maybe we should save up a few there. And also, they threw so many of these free things at me that I'm thinking, do I even pop 10 on that? Because I really want that staff. Really want that staff. Do I pop 10 on that? You know, don't wish on the weapon banner. Don't wish on the weapon banner. But look, that staff. Ooh, and I like the green claymore as well. That looks interesting. Green claymore. Ooh. Does that mean Nahedia is going to be a green claymore? Does it? I don't know. But I really want that staff. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. Let's do a thrift shop wish. Yesterday I was playing, I pulled a Chi-Chi. So I didn't pull any wishes. But what if you pull a Chi-Chi? I don't want to play that song anymore just in case it happens. Hello. So yeah, that's how I feel about this. That's the backing track for this. We'll just do the free ones. But now it's in my head. Now it's in your head as well. Right, every time I do free wishes, every time I do free Prima Gems, free to play, I'm thinking, I'm going to pop some tags. That's what I'm doing here. Popping the tags. Only got $20 in my pocket. No dollars in my pocket. They're all... It's got free Prima Gems. Only got free to play dollars in my pocket. Yeah, we got a Goru the other day. We're never going to get anything out of this crappy book. Take that crappy book all the way to the library, you. So that was that. At least I've sated some of my appetite. This is the big one. I have to do it in a bit. We're going to have to leave it a little bit, see if Juzzy turns up, because I think it's a bit unfair. Although they might have had a look yesterday and thought, why is he not on stream? Everyone else is playing Genshin Impact. Why am I a streamer, a Genshin Impact streamer, and on the day that 3.1 comes out, I don't even stream? Thanks, Twitch. Thanks very much, Twitch. Thanks very much for your Twitch. Let's have a look at the test runs, because it's free primos. Then we'll have a look at the... we'll have a look. I'm not promising I'm going to fill it, you know, fill the festive fever up today. I'll have a look at what's going on. I'll have a look at that. And I've got to go in the Spiral Abyss today, and I want to go in the desert, and then we'll do wishes at some point. Let's try this, though. And when we find that we're in a lucky place, we'll pop some wishes when we feel like we are. Mujina Ninja, I've already got you. You're my favourite chuffer, one of my best characters. So let's have a look at you. I get three they're joking me now because of the amount of crystal marrow I've been and collected. They're joking me now, aren't they? But let's have a look at what you'd be like if you'd been built properly by someone who's not an idiot and can smash everyone to bits. Let's have a look at that. Let's make me feel bad about the way my character plays compared to this one. I get about 1,500 in a... She's not even got the same sword. They've given the Favonius sword. What the fuck are they doing? She's from Inazuma. That's the Favonian greatsword. Are you stupid? Well, that's not even like... They're not even from the different parts of the game. They're aesthetically different. That one's like a Germanic, like, longsword. And she's a Asiatic ninja. Like, what are you doing? Right, come on then. Well, she's no better than mine. Mine's better. Mine hits harder. My debate club hits harder. That was impressive, though. But it's only happening because they've got so many different elements all going at the same time, isn't it? Like, if you don't encounter all these mix of elements, it doesn't happen. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with their build. My build's better. Oh, that was 2k. That was a 2k. But my build hits harder. Probably because I go more for attack than anything else. Mine doesn't charge up energy that quick, but... Everything dead. Everything dead. If you just like to move yourselves into the dead line for quick processing, line of the dead. Line up all dead slimes. Please line up on the left. There you go. That was alright. I mean, mine's better. So, exit stage. I don't know why they did that. It was like a bad example of how to build her, wasn't it? She's a healer, not there for DPS. Yeah, but come on! She's got a great big sword. There's no way in the world you'd ever be able to tell me that this little chuffer is not about... Like, mine is a DPS. When you... Look, watch this. Search by... attack. Look where she's on the list. Attack. Look. She's there. That's DPS, DPS, DPS. Healer. My healer's up there on the attack level. DPS. Healer, you say? No, she's up there on the DPS. She's up there on the DPS. Look. I use her for damage. She's a healer. She's a crap healer because you have to build up a special all the way to the top to get your heals. So she doesn't heal you when you need it. She heals you when she feels like it. And what my button eye pressing characters. Where is she? She's got attack 1,500. Look, that's like one of my best ones. The weapon hits for 355, which is not that great, but it's got an attack multiplier of 32%. And when you hit them, it does 120% of attack in small AoE, so it does more attack. And her artifacts, I've gone for attack, crit rate, damage and attack. She's got this feather, which does attack multiplied by HP and defense, but crit rate. You're doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. No wonder she doesn't heal me very often. She's in there for attack. Little chuffer. And look, the debate club. Look at that. That fits. That suits. That's like her weapon. Even if it's not the 5-star weapon, it looks like it belongs to her. It's got the right colour scheme. It's cool. She's a little Tanuka. A little bear paws, little big club. Like, you know, not a delicate slicing sword, but a big bashing club. Oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, and the heft of it and the way she moves around with it totally suits her. That's the club. That's her. Even if we get a better weapon, she still has to have that because it suits her. Like, I'm into fashion as well as I'm into, you know, like Souls-like games have your fashion. Like, she's got the leaf on her head. She's brilliant. I'm into fashion as well as I'm into damage, but I don't know which one I prioritise really. Probably fashion. But that's how she goes. I'm pleased with her. I like my little healer being a DPS damage healer. Thank you very much. Take those crystal. Let me show you how much crystal marrow I've got now. Just for kicks. Because it's funny, isn't it? It's funny that you gave me 3. You just gave me 3 crystal marrow, and I use crystal marrow for ascension. But I've only got 1 more ascension to do, and I've got 110 of these. I got a bit over the top with the crystal marrow collection. I realised I'd need a lot of them, and I went a bit overboard. And I collected another... I doubled the amount of crystal marrow I need. When she gets ascended, we're going to spend 60, and we're going to be left with, like, more than 100 crystal marrow, if my maths is correct. Which it's obviously not. 60, 110 minus 60, 2 60s would be 120. So it's 60 minus 10, which is 50. I'm going to have 50 crystal marrow left over. What are we going to do with them? Throw them in the bin, probably. I mean, they gave me another 3, so... Whoopee! The cheek of it. The cheek of it. Right, test run. This chuffer. Now. This chuffer I've not got. And if we get her, I'll be pleased. But not very pleased, because I want Candice. That's what I want. I haven't done my tweet to Hoyoverse. I'll have to do that in a second. I'll have to do that. In fact, let's do that now, so they've got time to watch the stream and hear me talking and realise that I deserve the primos. And in order to do it, I need to just quickly go to... I need to know what my thing is, like my UID. Copied. Oh, look, that was clever. He copied it for me. Right, now we can have a look at this. Don't look at Twitch, though, because it might contain bad things. You never know. Don't scroll down here. Well, that's not bad things. Look, that's Behind the Moons. I follow her. She's an ASMR artist. Oh, look, they're gamers playing games. That's not bad. This is funny. Elwood's Organic Dog Meat. I follow Elwood's Organic Dog Meat. So, oh, look, they've got a 2 TV. Let's watch that. This is brilliant.
With our step-uncle. His passion for a sustainable family farm was instilled in us. Taste and tradition. Quality and for over 20 years. The tradition of...
I hadn't seen that before. That was in August I did that. I hadn't seen that before. 10 out of 10. It's a farm that farms dog meat, like meat of dogs. But it's a parody account. It's a joke. I'm a vegan, they're a vegan. And they're trying to make the point that if you don't like that, maybe you should question your eating of lambs and cows as well. Because they're animals. And like they get all these funny response. Look, you guys are mentally sick. Like all the people that are real vegans get angry, but they don't realise it's a parody account. It's a parody. We believe we have a connection and mutual reliance with nature. We're part of nature. When we eat dog meat, we're connecting to nature. The energy a dog has and tomato has is the same energy we have, but we respect that eating the dog meat isn't for everyone. It's right for us. Premium dog ears, look. Healthy treats for pigs. Because we feed our pigs... Sorry, we feed our dogs pig ears, don't we? So it's passed me the chihuahua legs, exactly. No, it's one of the funniest accounts I've ever seen. I might start my own one, actually. I was thinking how good it was and if I could think of something similar, but why don't I just start a British one? British dog meat, I could just copy them. I bet they'd be crossed. But, yeah, well, we're not supposed to be doing this anyway. We're supposed to be doing a tweet to... supposed to be doing our own tweet. So if I paste this, that's my number, and I'm doing @ this is how it works. Look, it's got to work. It's got to work. It's got to work. I'm an Genshin Impact streamer. Genshin Impact. I like to capitalise the letters correctly. Genshin Impact streamer, no less, streamer on Twitch, right? At MiHoyoverse, MiHoy. Where is it? Have I got it wrong? Is it Hoyo? At Hoyo. Hoyolab. Is it Hoyolab? I'll put them at. If I put at Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact there. Genshin Impact verified. If I put them, I'll put that. I don't know what Hoyo Lab Mimo is. I'll have to do another Twitter open and Hoyo Lab Mimo. Hoyo Lab Mimo. Official Twitter of Hoyo Lab, the gaming and creative community. I mean, I think that counts, doesn't it? They'll tell them. I want the official creators of Genshin Impact to see this. So I've put at Genshin Impact. I think that'll count. So I've told them my number, that my UID there. I'll put that there. I'll tell them quickly, like, you know, I'm proving free to, they might hate this, but I'm proving free to play is a viable and wonderful, praising them. I'm proving free to play is a viable and wonderful way to enjoy the delights of Tevat, and that shows them that I know what I'm doing. Tevat, didn't spell it wrong, didn't call it Teviat. So I'm proving it. They're going to like that. About to wish, yeah, with my saved F2P, they'll know the lingo, Primos, capital P for Primos. About to, I just want Candice and not the 5-star. Where's the little asterisk? Not the 5-star, as I am saving for Lesser Lord. I'm not going to be able to fit Lesser Lord. I'll put Nahida. Nahida. That's just enough, right? And then I want to put a picture. And I've got pictures from the screenshots we take. So I've got loads of lovely in-game Genshin. Look, I'm going to use Amber because she's classic. Classic Amber. Right? That's it, yeah? So, Nahida. Nahida. Yeah, we got it, right. So, they can't... That's got to work, hasn't it? They can't... I've explained the situation. I've explained what I do want to have happen, what I don't want to have happen. They'll see that. I'll tweet it. I'll put my number... They'll see that. We'll do a bit of Genshin Impact. They'll get on and they'll fix me up, won't they? They'll fix me up. That's how it works, streamer luck. It's not luck, you just ask them. Just tell them. Right, what am I doing? I'm in an egg. About my egg. What am I even doing? Now we're going to continue with the test run. I don't know if you noticed, I got my jacket on. Mom's allowing us to turn the heating on today, so I might have to be abandoning the jacket soon, but until the heating starts to warm the house, I'm still wearing the jacket indoors. It's going to be expensive this year in the UK, so it's just one of those things. We're doing the test run, and we're doing this chuffer. Now, if I get her, I'm not unhappy. You know, if you're listening to me, Hoyo, I'll take one of these, and then I'll take Candice, and then we'll stop. Right? So, this is okay. I don't have her, but it's not top of my priorities list. It's just there. Let's see what it's like. Right, I don't think I've done a test run with her, because immediately I'm surprised. She's got this very tightly cut... Is that on the crown of her head? No, it's like a ponytail that she's tied up. And it spins out. That's a really cool hair design. Like, reminiscent of a Shiroken, isn't it? Shiroken! It's reminiscent of a throwing star. I thought it was the crown of her head, like, splaying out, but it's not. It's tied up. Again, we've got that bow at the top of the head.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
She's a toughie. We've got that bow that's reminiscent of Yoima's bow. There's this repeating theme of these bows. As we move down, she's got the body piece, like with the neck thing, looking quite ninja-esque, and almost like a hoodie on the back of this, what looks like a really tiny jacket hoodie. I like the purple with the green, it's cool. I'm surprised that, again, her clothing peters out towards her midriff, because I think if you're in a combat situation, you might want to be covered up. We've got the one tough shoulder and the one missing shoulder, as characters do. They can't seem to decide whether you want to be casual or Warframe, so they give you both. The mask is quite an interesting feature, isn't it? Quite an interesting feature. I don't know if it's deliberate because of COVID and all that, or if it's supposed to look a bit ninja. It's more ninja, isn't it? covering your face masks, isn't it? But you will also not have bright green hair because the whole point is to not stand out. Very, very interesting eyes. They've always got good eyes, haven't they? They're like glarnies, like marbles. And shorty shorts.
The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time.
Shorty
if
shorts.
you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
Shorty shorts. And what you can see here as well is that her thighs, where the clothing is tight around the top of her thighs, it actually pinches in, and you can see a slight. Like, it's like those things are really tight on her. So definitely gone for the tightness on the clothing there, haven't they? She'll be going up and down that ladder for some people. Has she got some sort of tattoos or markings on her hips?
I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
She appears to have some sort of markings or tattoos on her hips. Interesting. And then we've gone for the knee-high boot stocking thing with these ties around the top and the tassels. Purple fade, which is cool, and it just sadly fades out into these sandals. Like, why is she not wearing proper boots? She's got these funny wooden sandal things on again. Oh, she took the mask off. Oh, she put the mask back on. She's a bit of official. Cool gloves, Michael Jackson gloves, look. Cool gloves. So yeah, overall, she looks fucking cool. Disappointed in the footwear. I think they should have carried on that armoured theme down to the toes. Just give them armoured toe caps. They're going to have to start doing transmogs for these characters for proper shoes. And what weapons has she got then? She's little sword, but we saw her wielding a dagger there. They're giving her the Favonian sword as well. What the hell are they playing at? That's the wrong sword for this character, surely. I don't know what the right sword would be, but a Favonian sword for this... she's actually from Leeway, isn't she? But she looks Inazuman to me. Is she Inazuman? I think she might be Inazuman, actually. I've not met her in game. She's quite svelte, isn't she? She's quite thin. She's quite slight. I think they should make some characters that are maybe a bit, you know, more...
The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time.
That's going to be annoying.
If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
Listening to that 3 sentences. They need shorter little sentence. Like, if you listen to, like, Klee going, da da ba da da, or Barbara doing a little song, that's alright. But when they start doing those big sentences, it's a bit annoying. Also, she's got kind of like a smaller chest than some of the other characters, which appear to have like almost comedically oversized wobbly boobers. Right, let's see her go. I've got some sort of electro thing spinning around me, which is cool, I suppose. She does attack a bit slow for a sword character. That final hit where she goes up in the air slows her down while she lands. It's very elegant and it looks very interesting, but it slows her down while she lands, look. So sword characters, like little Chi-Chi, hits a lot quicker. She's a bit of a slow sword character. Small circle of AoE effects. Doesn't last very long.
Come a little closer.
Like Lisa's is a bigger circle and it lasts a lot longer.
I'll settle this.
I don't really see how good why she's good. I mean, we hit alright, but she's in a zoom, and yeah, so she needs a different sword. I don't see why she's so... She looks cool, she looks the part, but in terms of her skills, abilities, and like one of the things that a sword character is good for is that, I call it the mosquito style. If I exit, I'll show you. And party info, Rodney. Traveler's a sword, isn't she?
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
You're in already. Who's my other little sword? Benny's a little sword, but I haven't got him pumping. I'll compare him though. I'll compare him.
I won't hold you back.
And of course, Wet Boy that I just took out his little sword.
Chivalry will never.
So, Wet Boy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chi-Chi. Quick, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to do. You can hold them and do the power attack, and that seems about as fast as she was going. I didn't try her charged attack actually. I didn't try her charged attack, but Benny, it's quick, isn't it? It's quick hit and follow up. So it slows down at the end, but hers was a lot slower. Oh, you chuffers. I suppose I can kill them with my swords.
Why do they never miss?
Not with Benny. He's dead. Benny's got no... Benny's not even been leveled up. He's dead. Sorry, Benny. But yeah, she hit a little slower, and there's one other one I'll show you in the Mosquito style. Which is this one.
Just sharpen my spear.
Because the polearms have the tendency to be somewhere in the middle of heavy hitting, but also with speed. But she has this real fast... Ha that bit. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Like that fast peppering attack. Mosquito style. Like, you're in quick. You're not doing so much damage per hit, but you can't... Your enemy can't focus and, you know, get their shots in because you're constantly banging at them. Mosquito style. I'm just making up... You know, it's not an official style. I'm just making it up, but... also, like... The opposite is true of the big bear paws, isn't it? Like I was saying about Sayula with the big lumbering club. But you do a lot of damage when you do hit. So it's different play styles, and I'm surprised to see that the character, the sword character here, has been slowed down in that aspect. Surprised with that. Go on then, let's keep trying them. Juzzy's not here yet, but we'll try them. We won't pop the wishes quite yet, but we'll do the trials. And then we'll see. We'll probably have to pop the wishes if they don't turn up. They're probably playing their own game and enjoying it. So, Red Crest. I don't know if I've seen them. I probably picked a few, maybe. I'm hoping that's... Let me just see how many I've got. Where are these things? Red Crest... No, that's Zayton Peaches. Okay. Oh, God, if you have to level up with something I don't have. Well, maybe because it's from the desert. Maybe it's from the desert. That's what it'll be. It'll be from the desert, won't it? But this is the one we want. In fact, let's do Venti first, because we don't care really with Venti, do we? On a different day, we'd prop a few wishes at him, but... His time has come and gone.
You're Boba, get them! Let's play!
We've got other Animo characters. It's pretty good, though. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Things up a little.
It's still going.
Nice and spicy. Eat this! Here we go! Yeah, think you can get away? Let's play! He come a little... I wouldn't glide... Boba, get them! Try not to enjoy this too much. Hey-ya! Brace yourself. Time for takeoff.
6, 8.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
I mean, he's quite powerful. He's quite powerful. That Animo thing carried on for ages, but we've got other Animo characters. His time has come and gone insofar as he was the big character at the start, wasn't he? But we've moved all the way on through the story now, and he's kind of drifted into the back seat, so I don't think we're going to be wishing on his banner. 20 primos, though. Come on, then. She's not the official hot sauce from the desert. Daya's the official hot sauce. But different coloured eyes. Okay, let's have a look. Low down. I didn't do Venti's fashion then, did I? But low down from the high ground then. We've got that I've got on that. I should be wearing the jumper. Where's my jumper? Where's my hoodie? Is that it over there? Is that... No, that's not it. Okay, they're not dead. I thought it was over there in the room. I've got the hoodie with that. She's got that eye on the back of the head. I really like the big crescent moon thing on the top of her head like that as well. It's like a halo. Looks really cool. And this introduction of the Egyptian-esque thing on her back. It's cool. That's badass. Fucking yeah, that's badass. She's showing us a lot of metallic. Like she's underdressed again in terms of armor, but she's got all these metallic pieces that make her feel armored, make her feel plated. They're not like jewelry as such, are they? They're more sort of large and aggressive pieces. They make her feel like she's plated. She's hydro. She's got a little pouch and footwear. You see, it matches what she's wearing, and it looks very elegant and like regal, but not so good for having a big fight and kicking people's heads in. Alright for the desert maybe. I don't know what heels are like in the sand. I don't know what these little things on her legs are. Again, I'd have gone for boots, but it's just me maybe. And I like this tied sash thing. It gives her the feel of the 1001 Arabian Nights. That shield's cool. She's not making a lot of noise while we're idling. She's not saying anything that annoys you. Like 9 out of 10 here, isn't it? Again, she's very svelte, very slight. The hair is cool as fuck. She's got both interesting architectural bob, but also these long pieces coming from underneath. Like she's got the 2 haircuts thing on the go. What's she doing there? Bubbling up her necklace. Yeah, she's quiet as well. That's quite cool. Let's see what she's got. Whoa! Cha! Ah! Yeah, I like it. And look, they've given her a different polearm. In the VT that we watched, she had a different polearm. She had the one from the desert. Now they've given her this. It seems to suit her. What's a trident with 2 prongs? A duodent. A fork. Seems to suit her. Right, let's see what she can do. I bet she bangs.
Do your worst.
Yeah, 6k. Look at that, 6k with the shield. No, just hold it. Hold it. And then boom. Fucking brilliant. It's different as well, isn't it? Like holding it and charging it like that. It's a different kind of mechanic, and you're literally defending, you're taking the blows. I can turn while I've got the shield on. Oh, it's big.
Hear my prayer.
Hear my prayer. Don't know what happened then. It evaporated the slime though.
Yield.
Yield. Colin Amber, help!
We shall prevail. Flee.
She doesn't attack as quickly as the other pole arms. She's a little bit slower again. I'm quite used to attacking with Lisa and the hot chef and being a little bit quicker. And you see how my opponent got the hits in there in between my animations. So she's a little bit slower, but then she has this ability, doesn't she? Look. I think that's really cool.
Grant us your blessing.
Wasted that. It reminds me of Wet Boy though when he does his know my sword. She does tend to scatter the enemies, which is more difficult, but then you can wait and draw them in with this, can't you?
Pin them down.
But that scatters them as well, like you're trying to do your combined effects.
Just like we rehearsed. Yield.
Yield. No, she's cool. She's cool. She does look like she hasn't got the right footwear on, or like it looks like her legs are very vulnerable there, doesn't it? She's like the least dressed of most of my characters.
Flee. Grant us your blessing.
That doesn't really do anything. It's more of a effect, isn't it? It takes place over time.
Let's spark things up. Do your worst. Hear my prayer.
It's all kicking off now. I really like that shield though, I think it's cool.
us your blessing.
Like, we've got shields in the game, obviously, haven't we? But
too.
having, like, you've got shields that just passively sit around you, but having the ability to choose to use a shield to protect and block changes the way you can fight some of the fights. I like to stay in, and I don't like to run away from the attacks and have to dodge them and run away, so that gives you the option of staying in, doesn't it? Very pleased though. I think they could, again though, I'll probably give her some, I don't know if you can give her an artifact that does it, but give her some reason, some way of speeding up, some buff for speeding up her attacks, because this, much quicker. So I'm going to be bringing someone in that slows down that pace of attack, and it gives my enemies more opportunity to hit me. On the other side of the coin, I'm bringing in a huge shield that can stop anything, so yeah, we're happy with that. Three of them. It's like giving me 6 of those blue books and 3 of them. 3 of them is like if you said to someone, "Oh, can I have a crisp, please?" If they were eating a bag of crisps, and they wait to the end of the bag till there's just the little bits in the dust in the corner, and they poke their finger through that corner, and then all the dust flies out, and they go, "There you go, that's yours. You have that." 3 of them, you fucking cheap bastards. Although they recently gave me over 1,000 primos for nothing, so I will not complain. Will not complain. Although once we've done this, we'll start complaining, won't we? Once we've done this, we're going to start complaining, because I probably will want Sino, but I don't want Sino in equal measure, do I? Do and don't want him in equal measure. I'll probably think he's quite a cool character, and I'll be down with all the effects and all that, but I don't want to have to spoil my next set of wishes on this. Or if you're watching me, Hoyo, if you're watching me now, because I tweeted you, if you're watching, then maybe, right, maybe, MiHoYo, you could let me win this and the next one as well. You know, put it in the game code of my file or whatever it is. Whatever you have to do for my account, give my account the mark, so that, like, last time, remember, I did Klee, and I had 28,000 primos. I mean 28,000, like a lot of primos saved up for the entire 2 sets of pity, in case it went to two sets of pity. And it did. The first one I failed it, and I got Chi-Chi'd. Didn't mind, really love her, she's one of my best characters. And then we went all the way down, we spent all of my wishes, I only had 700 primos left, and then we got Klee. So I was like, wow, we got it in the end, but they pushed me to the wire. It was exciting. I understand why you did it, because it made for a more exciting stream, didn't it? But this time, don't push me to the wire, right? Just set me on so I can just do, say I do 10 wishes, and I get all 3 characters, I get the 5-star as well, and I go, oh no, that spoiled my pity for the next set of wishes. But then don't worry, because the next time they'll help me out again, won't you, MiHoYo? You'll help me out again, won't you, Genshin Impact? And you'll give me next set of wishes, I just wish once and you give me Nahidia. I don't even have to go to pity ever again. I'll never have to go to pity again, will I, MiHoYo? You've had your laugh, you've had your fun, right? You've already had your fun with me, haven't you? So you've already had your fun. Don't do it to me. Don't push me around. Don't push me to the edge. You give me the free primos, let me spend them on the things I want. Don't mess me. Alright, and I'll say great things about your game. Deal? I think I breathed in some ash. That was harsh. I think I breathed in some ash. Excuse me. Bad smoking. Right, now let's have a look. He's got the Pharaoh hat on, hasn't he? He's got the Desert Dog hat. I don't know what you'd call it. It's cool as fuck. It's got the ears. It's got the Zelda. We're going somewhere in the middle of Egypt and Shaker Slate, aren't we? It's got the eye of... Is it the Eye of Horus? It's got the eye.
I do try to lighten the mood sometimes, but I'm not the best judge of other people's sense of humor.
Alright, you can shut up then. He's got these long... They've all got the long danglers, haven't they? You know, in real world, if you had long danglers like that, they look like they've been blown in the wind. But in real world, they'll just sit straight down, wouldn't they? They wouldn't sit so nicely, but... There's the staff. Looks cool as fuck. He's pulling poses. he's doing that as well, like Candace, but Candace did it better. He's basically naked, which I don't approve of, because again, in combat situations, it's going to be really, you're going to get smashed up. And I would say as well, we should be seeing some darker skin tones in these characters. If he's from the fucking desert, we're basing it on Egypt and Arabia, like North Africa. Why are we seeing these such pale skin tones? But hey, that's the eye thing there. That's interesting. He's floating, for Christ's sake. He'll need to because he hasn't got any proper shoes on. But at least they've gone fucking all out, and he's just got some weird like socks. He's not even pretending to wear shoes. He's basically barefoot. So he's the most naked of all of them thus far, but he's got the most short shorts on.
Good deeds and bad.
It's a bit of a mishmash of the clothes, because they're not really clothes, is it?
All will be placed upon the scales.
It's just a belt. Right, let's see what he do. Yeah, I expected that. What about this?
Nowhere to run.
It's quite aggressive. Let's see him go. Let's see him bang. 15s. 2k.
Surrender.
What was that? Was that 4k? 18. 2k. Didn't see the damage on that. But he can really hit with that pole arm. 3k. Like, Candice wasn't hitting like this. There we go, the big one.
Sins weigh upon your soul.
Very much like Razor. It's given me an increase in speed on the attack. Like, I'm able to combo these things together a lot quicker with that. He's very much like DPS, plus increased focus DPS. I think.
Let the show begin.
La, 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 la.
Judgment is upon you.
Ooh. Gets the big animation as well, doesn't he? 9k there. 5, 6, 6, 5, 3. All big hits.
Nowhere to run.
Just like we rehearsed. Steady as stone, as a good knight should.
I don't know why they pop Noel in here. Big hitter. Yeah, big hitter. So I wouldn't be unhappy with him. But, what are you going to do? Big hitter. I'm happy to leave it. I'm happy to not have him. But of all the animations I've seen, that was probably one of the least impressive in a way, because it didn't have all this stuff spinning around him, and it like zoomed in and it was dark, and then it was happening. He's a bit of a darker character in a way as well, isn't he? He's got this moody side to him. He's definitely on the right side of the law, but he's got this moody side to him, and these claws, I think they're supposed to be like dog claws rather than bird claws, aren't they? But, claws, and it's a bit of an evil sort of... Like, if you didn't know the character was a goodie, you could easily see him being on the dark side. So he's got this anti-hero edge to him, hasn't he? He's an interesting character. He's got the red eyes like Razor. He's quite a lot like Desert Razor. He reminds me quite a lot of Razor. So again, I've got Razor. Razor's not a 5-star, but it's all about Candice, isn't it? It's all about Candice. I'm surprised in a way that she's not the 5-star and he's not the 4-star. Especially as she's got a unique... using the word unique there now, like dark side feel. Especially as she's got a unique shield aspect to her. It's making me more nervous for the wishes now. It's making me more nervous. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to quickly take a bathroom break, then we're going to have a look at the event. I'm not going to do the whole event, I'm just going to go and kick it off and speak to some people, maybe do one of the quests or whatever it is, and then we'll go to walk into the desert, we'll open up a bit of the desert, and then we'll wish from inside the desert. So that's what's coming next. I'm just going to quickly take a bathroom break. Quickly take a bathroom break. Oosh. So I forgot to say oosh when I sat down, so I just said it afterwards. We are on for this. Event details, complete sounds from afar. Okay, we will do. We will do. Navigate.
I can't decide whether pyros...
Monster! Hello. Alright, we'll walk in from the outside then. I usually teleport all the way in, but we'll walk in from the outside. Going back to Mondstadt. I mean, I do come back to Mondstadt a lot. I have not left Mondstadt since we started. It's my favourite...
Nice and spicy!
Is it my favourite place in the game, actually? Yeah, it feels more like home. I mean, Inazuma was good, and it felt like I was away. And, Leeway felt exotic as well in some ways. I mean, Leeway's beautiful and feels a lot like home to me. But Mondstadt, it's not just because it's the starting zone. It's probably because I'm European, but it feels a bit more like, you know, our home base that we've gone out from. We've got our main outrider.
Ready.
Mondstadtians. Klee, of course, is a Mondstadtian.
Klee is here.
We've got quite a lot of Mondstadt characters now, actually, haven't we? But I think of Noelle as being very Mondstadt. She's Mondstadt as well. He's from the bordering villages. She's very Mondstadt. Less said about him, the better. Thank you very much. I think she counts as Mondstadt, although I picture her on an island of her own. And the Traveller, of course. Right, so we're going to go with Noelle, because she's so Mondstadt.
As you wish.
And the Traveller.
There's still a long road ahead.
And this was like my team. Without Klee, obviously with DPS Boy instead. This was my team for a while, wasn't it? That was my team. Then we got Klee. And I was like, yes, got Klee. But that's quite like most people's opening squad. Return to Mondstadt. Let's go. Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's lovely to go back to the old town, isn't it? See how things are going. I remember when I go away on trips, like if I go to America and I return to England, to where I live, I always feel like where I live is small. Like the houses they're not very big. Hello, you and your pigeons. I'd forgotten about you. Sorry for scaring your pigeons. I always feel like England's, like the houses don't go as tall, and you know, we're not 5-story buildings and stuff. You go to big cities and you come back to small towns and you feel how small they are. But when you live in them all your life, you don't, like, it's like the local town, it's like the big place down the road. But when you go and see some of the rest of the world, you just remember how small it is. I don't really get that feeling with Mondstadt walking in. It's not a huge city, and in terms of a living game city, there's quite a lot of stuff we do around here, but we're not always in and out all the houses and stuff. But it's got a familiar feel, and it's big enough, and the fact that it steps up like that towards the back, it's got a really nice layout. It's a really good area, isn't it, in terms of game design. There's that chuffer up there doing her songs, Helen the Bard. You alright, Helen? How's your songs? How are your songs going, Helen? This little chuffer, we helped her with her flowers, didn't we? Don't touch the flowers, obviously. You still pining after Diluk?
Better see Barbara at the cathedral if you're injured.
Still pining after Diluk? No? Some things do change. These two having a chat, because Quinn's got his missus at home, hasn't he? She keeps having to fetch the pears. Bruce. Old Bruce having a rest. Up there's my favourite tavern.
We grew up together.
I don't have a favourite tavern because I don't like drinking. This is... like every blacksmith, Wagner has never stopped hammering, not for a minute. That sword has got to be the flattest sword you've ever fucking seen by now. It's got to be flat as a fucking pancake, that sword. Hello, Catherine. Marjorie. It's the Cat's Tavern. Cat's Tavern. Cat's Tail Tavern. Cat's Cavel Tavern. Sarah, the good hunter, she's seen us a few times. That meat's going to be going spoiled if you leave it out like that, mate. Animal flesh, anyway. It's just animal. Could be dog meat, couldn't it? Animal flesh. It's where we do our cooking. She don't mind. She don't care. They put the kitchen on the outside of the fucking bar for some reason. So, dangerous, if anything. Look, watch, dangerous. Ah, I'm on fire. Ah, health and safety. Ah, Sarah, get the fire extinguisher. Sarah, health and safety. Ah, I'm on fire. Sarah, go and jump in the fountain, she says. Oh, good idea. Oh, that's better. Anthony's having a think. Around here, the back streets, we go gathering mushrooms off people's houses. There's a captain on the table. It's not good for health and safety. That is not good for hygiene, that. Cats go on the table if they want. Blanche at the shop. We bought a few peppers off you, haven't we, Blanche? Bought a few packets of pepper. Timmy, big Timmy now. Don't even talk to him. I just use the alchemy table. Just don't even talk to him. These two still haven't, you know. Now I know all about the Fatui. You know. But no, they get away with it. They get a free pass for some reason. And down here, kept out the way, out the back, where no one can see her. Everyone's favourite, Hertha. She's so popular amongst the Knights of Favonius, they decided to hide her out the back here. She's too popular, if anything. So they've had to hide her out the back here. I mean, she's got... Look at her eyes.
Supplies must be reported.
You ever seen anyone with sort of golden amber eyes? Like that. What a beautiful colour of an eye. It matches her hair. They have to hide her out the back here. And this chuffer, he's positively suicidal, isn't he? Another meaningless day. Do you need a hand or anything? Look, see ya. I'm not gonna bother with you. We've talked about it before. Oh, I've talked about it again now by accident. So, goodbye. Goodbye. Good salute though. You keep that up, soldier. Here's the tavern. Stanley. Here's old Stanley. What are you doing, Stan? You feeling better? Do you want to hear the tale? Oh, it's you. It's me. Let's hear your tale then. You'd like to hear some more? Well, I'll make this an occasion and tell you the real version. The other side of this continent, there's a barren domain where nothing grows. A sea of ashes with nothing but silence that will make your ears ring. It goes on and on. The monster created a vortex in the ashen sea and I'd have been sucked off into it if Stanley had not held tightly onto my hand. It goes on and on. Sadly, I was the only one who returned home to Mondstadt with tears in my eyes. Hey, you falling asleep? Wake up. He's talking about the desert, isn't he? That's cute.
In the Ashen Sea.
Snippies. Am I excited to pull a candy today? I'm excited, but I've got to temper my excitement with the fact that I'll probably get 3 Sayus, an Electra, and then hit the 5-star, and then have to make the hard decision to wish on a banner that I don't want to hit the 5-star. So I am excited, but I'm also worried, and I just feel the not the negative energy, but I feel the joke. And I know that MiHoYo, I've tweeted them, but I feel the joke will be, you know, won't it? I can see where the funny joke will come, so I'm less than eager, maybe. We've got to get it done. It's a bit like going to the dentist. Oh, look, she's stretching. Quick, take a photo. Back in Mondstadt. Paimon in the air as well in that photo. That's a good one. The old crew back in Mondstadt. Let's see what Catherine wants. I think this is it, isn't it? Go to the Adventurers Guild.
Let me just confirm. Yes, all tasks on the checklist are complete. Traveler, Paimon, we are grateful for your assistance.
You hear the chipper in my voice. I'll tell you what happened today as well, is as we started stream, we had a new chatter, and they asked if I'd played 5 dates, and I said, of course I played 5 dates, it's on the channel, they'd check it out, doing a little bit of intro stuff, and they revealed that they were an actor in the new upcoming 5 dates, which is going to be called 10 dates. So absolutely looking forward to that. We had a bit of a chat. I directed them to the Discord and I said, keep in touch and we'll get you on for an interview. So I'd love to do that. Of course, my review of 5 dates was quite scathing. I said all about how, because you know about me and the sexism and, you know, not the patriarchy, hate the patriarchy. So I went and gave him a bit of a kicking. And then at the end of it, I said there were good things about it. So at least I did say there were good things. And they're going to recommend that the producers of the game watch the review. And so I went on a bit of a conversational tip about how interesting things are and trying to temper the fact that I did such a scathing review with some nice things. Hopefully next interview will be Steve on Monday. Hopefully I've asked him, he said yes. Again, it's one of these where, you know, I've asked him, he said yes. Trying to get him on Discord. We're both on Discord. I've sent him some messages, but I don't blame him for not picking up the Discord messages because I fucking don't. I don't know which is the best channel for us to be communicative on, but I get the impression that if we were to just start talking regular, we'd actually enjoy it because we're both into the same sort of things. He likes the same sort of games. He's got the same music tastes. So I think we'd just be friends. But it's that initial over the hill of getting into, and he's got these other things that he does. He's talking to these other people and doing other videos, and he's busy with his own edits. So I'm hoping if I can say book you in for Monday at 8 p.m. GMT Mental Health Monday as a like ongoing thing, maybe we can get on with that. And we'll just see how it happens anyway. So, but it would be good if it did happen. I'm not going to, again, like with the pools on the wishes, I'm not going to get my hopes too high. I'm just going to say, as things happen, I tell you, because you're involved, you're the producers, and yeah, that's what we want to start adding to the stream by the end of this year is more voices. And then once we've got those more voices, I've got other ideas, as you know, to keep pushing on forward with. And it's, you know what I'm like, it's half my shyness, if I'm honest, and another half my anxiety that, like, for other people, just turning on Zoom and having a chat is easy, but for me that seems like the hardest part. So once we get it rolling, I'm sure I'll find it easier. I mean, I watched people debating this week about all that, we're not going to go into it again, but all that Austin streamer controversy. You know, they would like, they're on stream and someone's like on another stream and they're like, oh, I'll just quickly come on your stream, and they're just on, bang, they're on, they're talking. They don't have to set it up for a week beforehand. They're just like, it's commonplace just to be like, oh, join me in Discord, get on the stream. But I find it all a bit of a worry, so I'm going to move towards it. We are moving towards it, but yeah. Let me confirm, tasks on the checklist are complete. We know that you're a robot now, you chuffer.
Thank goodness you were able to come as soon as we contacted you. Who knows how we would have coped with all these commissions otherwise?
It was nothing. The last couple of days have been pretty busy, but it was all super easy stuff, like delivering and escorting goods.
What Paimon means is, for the last couple of days, most players have finished all their stories, all their quests, and they've just been doing the commissions, but not for me.
When we heard that you were short on people, we thought we were going to be in for another long and drawn-out adventure.
Short on people, so they brought in the people that are short, Paimon. Ha!
Being the seasoned adventurers that you are, it's true that you are suited to work of a much higher caliber than your recent assignments. However, this situation is unavoidable in Mondstadt at this time of year.
So we're going to be fetching 10 fish for Bruce, and we're going to be fetching 50 Windwheel Asters for...
Huh? Why's that?
That's right. This is the ideal season for harvesting crops and fruits. And for the wine capital of Teyvat, it's also the all-important winemaking season.
Leave me out of that, I don't drink.
Farmers are anxious to sell off their fresh produce, and all the major wine merchants are seeking to purchase top-quality ingredients to make new product.
That's Dilek. Dilek does that.
Ah, well, no wonder we keep hearing people talking about wine these days.
I won't be drinking any of that.
Huh? What do you mean? Seriously? Yes, I swear I'm not making this up. The acting Grand Master wants everyone to gather at headquarters in the main hall. Hurry! We need to leave right now or we'll be late.
He's run off.
Hey, wait up!
Are we gonna butt in on that?
Why do those two knights look so flustered?
Are we just gonna wander? Look, here's Kaya. He's not flustered. He's wandering in like he don't give a shit. Everyone's late, waiting for Kaya now.
Well, hello there. If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
See how he says it?
What a rare pleasure.
He says it like he doesn't mean it. Traveler and Paimon. What a rare pleasure. He's a chuffer. No wonder he's not made my squad.
Kaya!
His gloves have got the primo.
Why is everyone running off to the Knights of Favonia's headquarters all of a sudden?
His gloves have got the shape of primos on them.
Don't worry. This isn't one of those occasions where you need to come to everyone's rescue.
See, he's being mean to me.
All that's happened is that the Knights of Favonius have just received a letter from the Grand Master. Acting Grand Master Jean will be convening a meeting in the main hall shortly to go through it.
It's bullshit. It's fake. Jean has killed the Grand Master. She's hidden him in the cellar, and she's pretending to write letters that continue to support her as in the role of acting Grand Master. And when Amber finds out, she's going to be furious, and we're going to have to depose Jean, and Amber's going to be in charge.
Well, that's a relief. Wait, hold on a second. What did you say again?
A letter from the Grand Master?
The Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius? Isn't that Varka? The
Stranger's managed to get a letter back, but he can't return himself.
So, what did Varka say in the letter? How's the expedition going? When are they getting back?
Well, we don't know, Paimon. We've got to go and listen to the reading of the letter.
Oh, so interested in our Grand Master all of a sudden? Never knew you were such a gossip.
I've heard enough from Kaya. He just insulted Paimon to her face.
It's only normal, isn't it? Bet you'd be curious too if there was someone you'd heard loads about but never met. Even Master Jean says he's a living legend. Oh, pretty hard not to get hyped up after hearing that. Besides, the expedition has been going on for ages, and we still never heard a single thing about what they're up to.
The acting Grand Master is very gracious in her appraisal. Varka brought quite a bit of trouble to those around him on the road to becoming a legend. I'll have to tell you about it sometime. Anyway, since this has piqued your interest, why don't you join me at headquarters? And we'll see what the letter says.
Yeah, except you can go on your own and I'll make my own way there. I don't want to go in with you. Don't anyone thinking that we're big friends, because we're not big friends, because the way you talk to Paimon is just fucking rude, frankly.
We do miss our honorary knight, after all.
Are you being sarky?
It's been quite a long time since your last visit.
He's being sarky.
Sure, let's go and see what it's all about. Bye, Catherine. See you soon.
See how nice Paimon is? And Catherine's a robot, for Christ's sake.
All right. Take care now.
I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. I'm going. What's Stanley doing? Stanley, mate. I just saw you at the pub. You were alright. What's going on now? You're back to your old self. You feeling alright? He's fine, don't worry. Gets sentimental at nights. He's going on about Stanley again. Oh, I thought you were feeling better. You were just at the pub earlier. It's the drinking that's doing it to you, if anything, Stanley, isn't it? Wasn't it? You were feeling more optimistic. You were telling me a story. Now you're drunk.
I couldn't be happier.
Swish, and then
I don't have to wave my arms. There's no screaming. I forget when the tippies go off. I forget. I don't have to wave my arms. There's no screaming. That's the old sound. I can just chill. Stanley, poor Stanley, needs to stop drinking. Drinking makes you feel morose and sad, and it makes you feel unhappy. Like, it does negatives to you, and this is the result, Stanley. Poor Stanley. Let's get me tippies on the screen. They didn't break the internet today, thank God, because yesterday we had a tippy and it fucking fucked up the whole internet. Firefox, there you go. Snippies with the tippies. So good to hear positive things. Your break's over. You've done us a song. You've done us a song. Will it come up? Go on then. Let's see what your song is. Bow wow wow, I want candy. I think I know what it sounds like, but I might be wrong. I like this. I like it when they play the big guitar. You see that? How the size of the guitar? It's quite big. I like it when they play the big guitar and then they play the little on it. We want. That's what we want. So now what we're gonna do? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna abandon Mondstadt and they're fucking rubbish. Frankly, Stanley, you never change. We're gonna abandon Mondstadt and they're fucking rubbish and their letter from the Grandmaster. We'll come back to that later, because frankly, it sounds like Kaya's put me off. If anything, Kaya's put me off. They can all wait. They're all waiting in the main hall for the Traveller. She'll be back later. Can we listen to his letter now? The Traveller's not here yet. She's an honorary knight. She's quite important. Amber's still out. Let's wait for Amber to return. Okay, where are they out? What are they doing? Oh, I don't know. They might be fucking millions of miles away up at Caravan Rebat. They might be millions of miles away up at Caravan Rebat. And they might be off on their own little journey to discover the desert. Ooh. Now, we might have to change the squad around a little bit. Can you just walk out there and go up there? Can you now? I think you can, can't you? I think you fucking can. I imagine there might be some combat, right? I'm going to change the squad a little bit. Favonians disassemble. I imagine there might be some combat. We're going to have Wet Boy. He's been around forever.
May knowledge guide you.
We're going to take... Ka-ching.
Something's come up?
And we're going to put our little healer on. But...
I'm here.
She's staying. We outride. When we outride, and when we discover Inspector Amber on the double. Let's have a look. Ooh. Is that another foxen? Is that a fennec fox? Oh, it's having a little runaway. Little fennec fox going on a little runaway. Look at it go. Little jumper. Little foxy jumper. Woo! What are they sticking out the ground? Little snakes. Oh. I broke it then for a second. It broke for a second. Good luck tunes for Candice. Yeah, we're going to wish for Candice when we make it to... And I'll have to navigate. There. Statue of the Seven will open up an area. There's 3 of them. I want to open up the Statues of the Seven and then we'll hit the wishes. That's the plan. And we might not make these. They might be difficult to get to and stuff. But I'm going to avoid the combat initially because I don't want to be bogged down by it. I'm going for an explore. They did us a... what did they do us recently? They did us a survey. And in the survey, one of the questions... Oh, I'm going to have to take that. That's a chest. I'm going to have that. Obviously, we'll combat that, won't we? We'll have combat for that. It's a chest. In the survey, they said... And our survey said... In the survey, they said... What do you enjoy doing most when the new area is discovered? And I was like, going around finding the statues. I put that on the top of my list. And I wondered, as I answered, whether that means that they're going to make them more difficult to find, more interesting to find, or whether they're going to leave them more out in the open. I think more difficult and interesting to find, no? Pow!
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Bit of water in the desert, you'll like that.
With sword comes shadow.
Thirsty, if anything, in the desert. Bit of water for you there.
Rain cutter.
So you'll like that, if anything.
Speed of light. Sacred name. Fortune preserver. Wheel of life.
They're all ranged baddies. I've got a ranged hitter. Oh, she's not got the proper bow on. She's got the rubbish bow. We've got a better bow for you these days. It's still an alright bow though, isn't it? It's still a crit hits bow.
Incoming. Cut to the chase.
Do you know, in archery, in the Olympics, and I heard Joe Rogan saying this, I don't know if it's true, but apparently they don't let go of the bow. The bow just slips out of their grasp.
Go.
And they actually have a thing called a trigger, which is like...
No escape.
Pow!
Have a little
I kicked you in the face! Right! You can have that. In the Olympic archery, apparently, when they pull this thing back...
On to the next.
If you're thinking, I'm about to let it go, it fucks with you and your mind, and you might judge your hand because I'm about to let it go. You know, if you're doing this, and you're eager to do it, and you're tense and all that. So what they have instead is a thing, they put it back, and then it just lets go itself. Like, it's like a little plastic thing, and then when the tension's right, it just lets go. And that way, you don't have to concentrate on letting go. It's going to happen. So you just concentrate on aiming, and then when it lets go, you're not aware of how it's going to be let go, so you don't feed into it with your extra little muscle inputs. Joe Rogan was saying that, and he's not often that smart, but that sounded pretty smart.
Balance, but I think
interesting
this is
stuff.
pushing it.
Collect up my stuff. I don't like the idea at the moment that it's so dusty and that my vision is being impeded, because there's that island that I can't navigate because of the clouds, and it doesn't let me go through it. I'm worried that the desert will be like closed off to those who have not unlocked XYZ. You know, I don't want to get lost in the dust and sent back to the start, but I'm thinking I can make it. Just looking at the geography, I need to be up and over that. Or do I just go round it, under down there? Or do I need to be up and over it, do you think? Because if I'm going up and over it, I'll go in that corner, up on there, and around. Or I could just follow this over here. Maybe hit it there. We'll see. Keeping slightly off the ascribed path, because I'm a bit of an explorer, and I want to be... No, I don't want to walk into any gangs of things like that. But at the same time, I think the ascribed path is the path you're supposed to walk on your first journey through, where the game developers will assume you walk, so they'll show you all the cool stuff looking wonderful. So maybe I do want to walk that path. What's that up there? I mean, it's going to be hostile, isn't it? Uh-oh. If I know anything from computer games, scorpions in the desert are pretty hardcore.
With sword comes shadow. Don't blink.
If I know anything from Fallout, these rad scorpions can kill you in one shot.
Nice.
No, these aren't as hardcore.
Speed of light.
And they're all raw meat, so they're not even proper enemies. They're not dropping anything. They're just like animals that I've killed. So I feel bad because I'm vegan. That was bad. Don't want to be killing things like that. Where did this chuffer go? This chuffer's gone. Outrider Amber, all queen of all she surveys. Future Grand Master of Mondstadt. Out on a bit of a wander. What's this thing? Look, it's like a vulture, isn't it? It's not hostile. I thought it'd be hostile. Oh, it is hostile, right? Okay. And there was a Sealy back where we started, and I ignored the Sealy. I'm gonna have to come this walk one more time, aren't I, and catch everything? Because there's another Sealy.
I won't let you down.
I forgot to do the Sealy coming out of Caravan Rebat. Go on then, Sealy. Oh, it's going back up here. Where's it gone? You chuffer. I don't want to do this now. I want to go the other way. You chuffer. Shit, I thought that would just lead me into the little place, like the new place, and it'd be like, oh, here. Enjoy yourself. But no. Up there. It's leading me up here instead. Merry dance. A merry dance. I see where you're going. Look at the sand. They said about this. They said the sand was going to be more responsive. It is, look. It doesn't feel different, but it looks different when you're running on it.
I'll race you there.
Very nice. But that took them fucking ages to code that. Because sometimes your feet actually do sink into the scenery.
I'll race you there.
But by accident. Go on, get in there, you chuffer. Get in there, you chuffer. Way. Way.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a
Dendro
gift.
sigils. So this is still part of the area, isn't it? Because we're collecting Dendro sigils, so I think this is still part of Sumeru. So interesting they opened up Sumeru in bit by bit. And they wanted me to come up here for the Sealy, didn't they? Look, so I can look over this and see it from this angle. And isn't it cool? And there is a Homunculus at the top of that building. All built into the rock. It's fucking cool. Where is the statue that I'm looking for? It's over there, the statue. I think we do statue first. Priorities.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Haven't heard that in a while, and it's good to hear it. Good old Amber. See, look, we're supposed to come in through this way. We were supposed to walk in this way. I'll walk it all again in the future. See it from their perspective. From the developer's perspective. I climbed on a cactus. Ah, my hands! Ah! I'll tell you what, I've got a little story about that. They released it in Azuma bit by bit. Mondstadt and Niue aren't completely done yet. Cool. Cool. I think it's good to do it like this. You can't eat all your dinner in one go, can you? It's better to have it in courses. I'd tell you a little story about those cacti. When I was a kid, in my local area, we've got a McDonald's in our town. It's not like the McDonald's in your town, because we've got an old town. So it was a kind of old building, and it had a bit of character to it. And they did this fucking weird thing that you wouldn't expect. They had the stairs going up in the middle, and underneath the stairs, they actually had a little garden. They had
Jean
planted...
will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
They'd planted dry plants like cacti in this little garden thing under the stairs. This is way back now. This is way back. They don't do it anymore. And I used to go swimming on, I think it was a Sunday. Or it might have been... Yeah, I think it was a Sunday. I used to go swimming. Swimming lessons. Like my dad would take me or whatever. And afterwards, we'd go to McDonald's for a little McDonald's. Now, I'd been in the swimming pool for an hour or whatever it was, so my hands were all wrinkly. I remember it very clearly. And they had this, like, little wall, and then the garden was behind it with all these cactuses. And I was messing around, and I fell over into the cactuses, and I got all the cactuses spiking on my hands, all spiked in, because I fell like that, and I put my hands on the cacti, and all the spikes went in my hands, and because they were, like, soft out of the pool, they all just went in, and like, ah! And it was, like, the worst McDonald's experience I'd ever had. So that was good. After that, as a kid, I'm not a big fan of these, the cacti. Not when I see them, I think, oh, like some people like think they've got character and you know they look nice on the windowsill. I think, oh, danger. The world opens itself up before those with noble hearts, such as Amber. Boom! Fucking hell, it does open up as well. They've managed to... I think this is good. This has been so verdant and so green and so lush. And this is a big contrast. And contrasts are good. So that's good. And then you think, oh, there's not going to be much going on in the desert. But as we've already seen, there's lots of opportunity for little outcroppings, little camps, little bits and pieces. And there's roads going through it, clearly. There's like, you know, navigation has been thought about. This depth here in the Eye of the Sands, I can see that's going to be a cool area akin to some of the cool areas like the Duyan Ruins and the Lingwei Pass, and you know, we've got these deeper areas, haven't we, played out in Liyue already. So that's going to be a cool area. I don't know what's going on down here, but we're about to find out as we traverse. I suppose we hit this one next, and then this one. And we'll probably pick up maybe a couple of these on the way, and then once we've done those, we'll pick a place and we'll do our wishes. So I'm going to now, or maybe I head south and then come back up this way. Because following this, I could just follow this road, look. The it's written on here, it hasn't got any vowels. Abdiju. Oh, it's got a vowel at the end. They've messed up, and at the start, that's the problem. They put the vowels at the end and the start of the letter. It wants to be the Badju Road. Badju. If you just mix the vowels up into the word, you'll have more success. So, Badju Road. They want me to walk this road, don't they? Look, there's a teleporter. That's on the way. They want me to walk this road. So I'm going to walk this road, and then I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to head south. I'm going to see it as they intend me to see it. I'm going to ignore the village. We'll come back here another day, or today, or whenever, or whatever. But Mondstadt has a north part related on it, and a Liyue has got a tea-scented village somewhere. Tea-scented village. That'll be in a teapot if they've got any sense. They could put it in one of those teapots. Then it could be anywhere. Is that a Dendro statue? It is, isn't it? Out in the desert. It's kind of weird. Liyue has got no more space. Unless you go north, you're allowed to add a bit more there, I suppose, and still call it Liyue. But, you know, you're going to piss me off because I've spent so long in this one area and called it Liyue. If you start adding bits and saying, oh, that's Liyue as well. Oh, and this is Liyue as well down here. I'll be like, what? Hang on. I've 100%ed Liyue. Leash is 100%ed. Don't start adding me more on down here. Although they will, won't they? There'll be more areas. Where can you put a tea-scented village, though? Tea would be more mountainous, wouldn't it? There is a mountain here. Mountainous outcrop. So maybe this could be the tea valley. Maybe it's more like Nepal up here. That would be interesting, though. Yeah, or you could just put a teapot anywhere and do it. And Mondstadt's got a north part. Yeah, we sometimes stand out here with Paimon won't let us, doesn't she? She won't let us go any further. But you can see it sort of continues with vales and hills. So yeah, I'd say, yeah, just bang it up there. That'll be fine. I'm a bit disappointed, like I said before, about the size of this ocean here. Because whilst it's important to separate these islands from the mainland, it leaves a lot of space that won't ever be stuff. So that's a shame, but I hope they don't do more of that over here. I hope they pack more in northern rather than just go coastline. All this is coast. All that is sea. Like, that's a waste otherwise, isn't it? But we will see. Right. That looks nice in there. We'll come back. Of course we'll come back. We've got loads of questing to do all around this area and all sorts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody's picking the fruits off the cacti. Not going to enjoy this. How'd you get that? I don't even get close. Got it. Leave it. She picked it. She plucked it off with an arrow. She reached up with an arrow and plucked it off. There's a mushroom. Out in the desert. I'm surprised it can survive. So we're continuing with the same enemies, but more desert themed because they're red. These trees, known as upside down trees or baobab trees. Obviously this is not what these are. They've got cacti growing on them, but distinctive and real. I like the inspiration from the real world sometimes. I think it's very clever. Baobab tree. Baobab tree on eBay. I don't know why I'm on eBay. I don't want to buy one on eBay, you fucking knob. Here we are. So, is it upside down trees? Open image new tab. They're very Sumerian as well, aren't they? But big, thick. I think they're known as upside down trees because they look like, when there's no leaves on them, they look like all the roots are stuck up in the air, don't they? And the trunk is stuck into the ground. But big, thick trunks with this really striking pattern to the branches and foliage. Baobab trees. And you see them in deserts. And the reason they've got this big, thick trunk is because it stores the water, doesn't it? And you've got a smaller surface area right at the top there where it's cooler up higher for the leaves and all that. Sorry, I'm doing that and it's not on the internet, is it? It's not, you couldn't see it. There it is. It's cool, isn't it? Baobab tree. And so what they've done in the game is they've taken that and just walloped it in there, but then they fucked it about a little bit. And sometimes that can work, but then you have to question whether the biology of a big thick trunk that's water storage plus cacti style leaves that are also water storage, would those two things work together? No, they fucking wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. That's why the baobab tree's evolved as it is. But anyway, it's interesting to have them. Will you leave me alone, you bad chuffers? You'll turn into meat if you're not careful. Look, I don't even get anything from you. Because I don't like collecting meat.
Outlines your face.
It's animal flesh.
Let me read you a verse.
Scorpion steaks. Animal flesh, look. Scorpion steaks. They're really throwing lots of raw meat at us in this game recently in Sumeru. They really want you to be able to cook a load of these dishes, don't they? Don't mind if I do, Rodney, look. Little teleporter money earner. Money earner. Little teleporter money earner. Little primo earner. 5 primos. Thank you very much. And I will be taking this chest. Hello. Just come for the chest. Just here for the chest. So if you just want to leave the chest out on the drive,
Nowhere to hide.
we'll just come and collect. No, you don't need to sign for anything. I'll just take the chest. Ah! Yeah, I don't need to sign you. You don't need to sign for anything. We'll just take it.
Don't blink.
No, we'll just take it as is. We'll just get it on the back of the lorry and we'll just take it as is. It's fine. It's
No
fine.
one escapes my sight.
We get it all the time.
Get him.
Yeah,
Bet you
they don't
can't
realise
keep
how
up
big
with
they're
me.
going to be and they can't fit them in the living room, so quite often they get sent back. No, it's fine. We'll just take it back to the factory. We get quite a lot of these on this particular brand. These returns. Don't worry, just leave it out on the drive. You don't have to sign for it.
You give, you receive.
Thanks. Going following the road. Now, let's just check. Yeah, we're going to follow it under these rocks. We're going to probably have a look at that. I don't know if we'll discover it or not, depending if it's complicated. Oh, look, you can get a special hat. Gilded Dreams. But not a legendary hat, just a... Not a legendary hat. Just have a wander. Amber's gonna have to pick that off with the arrows because I'm not touching that damn cactus. There's another one. I bet we need these for one of the characters, don't we? I'm not climbing on the cactus, I'll tell you that. Thank you.
I won't let you down.
At least we know where they are, because we're gonna have to come back here and pick every fucking 2 weeks. We're gonna have to do that. Every 2 days.
I'll race you there. Speed of light. Rain cutter.
Rain cutter.
Orders given. Orders received.
What the hilly chills? What are the hilly chills doing in this desert cave?
Don't blink. Hey! With sword comes shadow.
In the cool of the desert caverns, hilly churls abound. Where do they get everywhere? You get everywhere. Get back to Mondstadt, you.
No, my sword.
They get everywhere.
You give, you receive.
No, it's alright. Hilly churls can wander. Hilly churls can roam. Wherever I lay my damaged mask is my home. Let's get this cacti. This is cool, I quite like this. The exploration. Look at the rocks. It's lovely. Good stuff. It's got a nice feel to the like moving through a new environment and it feeling cohesive and what am I looking to go now? Where am I looking to go? Over there, aren't I? Look at the sparkling sand as well. That's lovely. They've done a good job on the sand. But moving through it and it feeling like it's designed to be moved through in these ways, and not like sometimes in Call of Duty you can feel like the buildings have been shaped like this, so I have to go in this direction. Oh shit! You can't see what I'm doing. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. Ran a bit of the stream without you being able to see. I was just killing some hilly churls in this cave. No one told me. It's your fault for not telling me. This cave was lovely. And I like the fact that we're being sort of funneled, but we're not hard funneled. We're not being... You know, I can go up there if I want, but it's more easy to follow this line. So it's still open world. It's not open world that pretends to be open world, but you can't go up there and you have to go down here. But at the same time, it's kind of... yeah, so this place is not here, is it? I've got to unlock this place. So I'm going to ignore that for now. Oh, there's a funnel of air. Yeah, I'm going to ignore that for now. I'm just going to head to... Whoa! Look at the pyramid! Whoa! Maybe it's because of the time of day. It's sucking in the energy. That looks cool as anything. Big open space feeling, even though I don't want it to be big and empty, but it's nice for it to feel a bit empty. We're going to do this random event. Just going to blow my nose. Oosh. What's going on there? Oh, I haven't got my headphones back in. We'll do that, we'll grab that chest, we'll head up to our designated point.
Speed of light. Go, Baron Bunny. Incoming. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey.
I actually like the openness of the desert. I like the feel of it.
Speed of light. Let it rain. I'll be Let me weave you a verse. Don't blink. With sword comes shadow. Speed of light.
Here's one of these that needs turning on or unlocking or some shit. Puzzles to do to unlock this, so I'm going to ignore it and come back. I'm not even marking it on the map because we'll come back through, obviously. Exploration knowledge there. Loose sand piles, Animo, okay. Come back for that. I do apologise for having the Firefox on while I was playing the game then. That was terrible form. This looks fucking interesting and cool. I mean, not just the giant pyramid, yeah, which is obviously dominating the landscape and is drawing everything towards it. Not just the energy in the sky, but it draws you towards it, doesn't it, by dominating the landscape. But this sort of structure here, this half uncovered ruins, and it feels archaeological yet modern as well. It feels like they might have built it into the rock, and feels like there's some old stories. We're going to look at, see this erosion on these rocks. I'm really, actually this is so cool. See this erosion on these rocks. In the YouTube channel, I'll turn Firefox on again quickly. You know, I keep banging on about this other stuff we do on stream because I am a variety streamer and strings to my bow and thoughts in my brain. So that rock formation and our channel,
You're out now.
we do some of these videos about what they call Tartaria, which is this idea, like it's a funny conspiracy idea about fake history. And one of the things they do is they look at pictures and say, well, pictures look like this, so there you go. And they don't understand the world properly. So like Giants is a really good episode because like these people are suggesting that you might have giants in the past because we found a big bone, or like, have you seen this photograph of a big chair? There's a giants in the past. And actually when it turns out is that if you were to have a giant, like if I were to just grow really big, then my blood wouldn't be able to pump around my body because my heart wouldn't be able to function because the blood vessels would be too large. Like the thickness, viscosity of my blood versus the size of my blood vessels is kind of perfectly evolutionary balanced to allow my heart to pump all the stuff around. And the minute you start to get too big, it stops working. It's not like economies of scale work in biology. So giants doesn't exist. Giants can't exist. We didn't have giants like us, like big humans, 20 foot tall. We didn't, because they can't. And if they were, when they fell over, they'd break their legs and shit. There's other factors. So we looked at all sorts. We looked at the conspiracy ideas, the giants, the pyramids, stuff like that. And then we debunk some of them and say, no, that can't really work because of this. But we're not mean to people. We say, like, if you had those funny ideas, it's just a funny idea. You're not a bad person. Like, we try and keep up with the world of flat earth conspiracy and kind of debunk it. And then sometimes, if I'm open-minded enough, we'll say, well, I don't know about that. I'll try and find out. I have an open mind, and you might learn something. So that's an example of that. Recently, we're going to do another episode of that in the next upcoming few days after we covered Madeleine on McCann, and it's going to be about erosion and rocks. And I've been doing a little bit of learning behind the scenes. So this is funny because this kind of erosion is actually caused by wind. And it creates these seemingly impossible erosions where you might have a rock perched. I'm looking for one, but there isn't one in the landscape. You might have a rock perched on the top of another rock, and it looks like someone put the rock there because it's a big rock on a little pillar. But actually, it's the way the erosion happens through the wind. It creates these funny shapes and leaves things as they are. Oh, look, up in the sky. I wonder if I can see the constellations of the characters. The desert skies, look. Isn't it beautiful? I'm not looking up her dress. Stop that, you. Oh, there's another pyramid over there. Smaller pyramid. Interesting stuff, you chuffer. Right, let's go get tagged and bagged. That's my statue of the Seven. If ever I saw a statue of the Seven with my name on it, that's one. There's a bunch of chuffers over here who are going to need to meet their maker. So let's hope that Cleaver's involved in their manufacture.
Let's go on a...
Because she's certainly going to be involved in their demanufacture.
Rain outlines your fate.
See that? I got 7k out of Wet Boy then. Look at that! Bale of hay. Drift ball came. A drift ball came past. A drift.
Nowhere to hide.
When I was a kid, at school, I couldn't describe that. Driftweed, tumbleweed, that's what they call it, tumbleweed. I couldn't describe tumbleweed. I couldn't get the words out. And I was with my mates, and I was like trying to, like, you know, if someone did a bad joke and it was no one did a joke and it was silent. You know, someone does a joke, and they go, oh, lead balloon. That went down like a lead balloon. I was trying to say, like, tumbleweed. This is way before it was popular to say it, honestly, when I was a kid. Tumbleweed. I'm doing it again with the Firefox. You need to tell me. I'm an idiot. I think it's so cool to actually be able to read the walls and stuff while exploring. It has its own geoglyph language. That is fucking cool. That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea, having their own language in it as well, yeah. When I was a kid, tumbleweed, you didn't see it then on screen because I'm an idiot. I've got to stop being an idiot on this episode. I don't usually do that, do I? Oh, I've got to keep monitoring the monitor. I said to my mates, bale of hay comes rolling past. And they went, bale of hay? What do you mean, bale of hay? And I meant tumbleweed, but it was a big laugh on me because I said bale of hay. And then forever after, when we wanted to say tumbleweed, instead we went bale of hay, and it was funny. Well, a tumbleweed just came past.
Witness the power
which
of
was
Kuwa.
lovely.
Speed of light. Sacred name.
Fortune preserver.
Life goes on.
Law of the jungle. In the desert.
Don't blink. Rain outlines your face.
This chopper's taking a bit of a kicking, isn't he?
Speed of light with sword from shadow.
Regretful.
Right, now you.
Incoming. Hey! Wheel of light.
On your own.
Speed of light.
There you go. Yeah, I've got to make sure I've got the right thing on the screen, haven't I? There's the chest. And I saw something up here that looked interesting as well.
That's everything.
What's this? Oh, it's just their camp. I thought this was something built into the rock. It's just their funny tent. Fair enough. Got to get up there, haven't I? How am I getting up there? Is it a climb? Or is it a jump and fly? Oh, it's walk round them over here. The world's going to open itself up again. I could have flown up in that air draft. It's quite a clever idea to have the air drafts in the desert. It feels like it makes thematic sense. And it's clever for, you know, we've got our gliders and exploration. They're still going with these dendro tingers. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. I think it's all quite cool. There's a vulture flying in the air. Oh, air draft and a rocket shocket, a sock'em shocker. And we've got to get in there at some point, haven't we? We've got to climb up the fucking sides and see what goes on. Let's have the world open itself up to those with noble hearts. So we've got to switch up to our most noble of hearts.
Outrider Amber reporting.
Let Amber have the joy and the prestige of doing this. Okay. Hippo-style desert, hypo-style desert, I don't know what that means. The Mausoleum of King's Deshret. This is a bit like just the pyramids are stuffed out here, isn't it? And that's what you've got. It's like just the pyramids are stuffed out here. Out of, like, the Valley of the Dead, the Valley of the, you know, set out away. Interesting stuff. There's going to be something down there. Down a hole. I imagine there's going to be an underground segment. This is a boss. So there's different pyramids, all with different roads going to them, all slightly different things happening, and there's a domain. No doubt the actual quests will take us out here, so I don't need to like go and dig everything up right now, but I like having it open and like having discovered it. Interesting that's the end of it as well. I thought it might go on behind it, but of course maybe it will one day, but for now that's the destination, isn't it? Very cool. And so I wonder what will be over here. I'm guessing it says there Sobek Oasis. I'm guessing this will be more of an oasis, like maybe a pool, a bigger pool, and more oasis stuff. I don't know though. So that's where we're going to travel now. And once we get there, we're going to start popping off some wishes. And if I can be a proper streamer and not have the fucking Firefox on while I'm running around, you just have to imagine what's going on in the game. I'm a bit confused that these are Dendro Archons out in the middle of the desert, but it's how it is, isn't it? It feels like you could have almost thematically had, like, I like the contrasts. Sumeru's the whole shebang that we've unlocked. I thought it was just this with maybe a little bit of desert stuck on here, but it's not. It's like a fucking great big area, isn't it now? And it's got contrast, so I like it. But I'm a bit surprised that the cohesiveness of the Archon and the statue and all that out here doesn't seem to make as much sense, but it does make sense. Just not as much. Right, I'm heading over there. There's chests abound on the way. It looks like it's high up, so I might actually want to, instead of going through that hole, I might want to go up these rocks. Let's hope these chests aren't puzzles and they're just fights. Otherwise, someone's going to have to come back for them later. Oh, this one looks like a puzzle, doesn't it? What the fuck? Hello? Now that's clever. That is clever. It's simple to do it in games, isn't it? Like the computer knows there's a flaw. You don't have to, but now you do. Very clever, I like that.
Wow, these will come in handy. I'll race you there.
And you do get this sense of being out in the open here. Uh-oh.
We can help.
Certainly will.
Fine, fine, go! Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Bit surprised only one of them's popped up.
Throw them up. Jumpy, jumpy, go!
Okay, now he went a bit mental then. He went a bit nuts then.
Incoming.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Is that the other one piping up now? What's that? Is that like an extra one? What's this?
Speed of light.
I don't know what that is. Don't know where it's gone. Don't know what's going on. That thing's going off in the middle. This thing seems to have disappeared. But we're gonna nail it.
Sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Hey.
Achievement complete, the invisible hand. And then there's another one.
Dumpy, dumpy, dumpy.
They're gonna come up one at a time or what?
Blazing delight.
No, my sword!
Orders given. Orders received. Fine, fine. Nowhere to hide.
Doing this thing again where they disappear.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
But I can see it because I've got the tags on it. But I don't know if I'm supposed to kill those things or not.
Jumpy, dumpy, go. No.
Nice.
Yay, shiny. La la la.
That was cool. I think I might leave those. Oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna go and tag that because it's right there. But I might leave some of the other chests in the environment because they're so easy to see. I'll get them another time. Is that a tortoise? Look, it's a scarab. Very Egyptian, the scarab beetle, isn't it? Very much an Egyptian trope. Very important to the Egyptians as well. They thought that the scarab beetle, like the great god that rolled the sun across the sky, was a scarab beetle because they saw the beetles rolling dung balls. So it always makes me wonder whether the Egyptians thought of the sky as like having a giant ball of dung being rolled across it. There's another one of those bales of hay. Dust ball thing rolling across in front of that chest. So we're going to get this chest so you can see the dust ball. That there it is. Look, very nice, isn't it?
You are not welcome here.
You're not welcome here.
Don't blink.
Shouldn't have had the chest lying out in the open then, should you? Should have heard about the traveller. That traveller, she can't resist a chest. I've heard of it. Heard of this traveller. And she cannot resist a chest. Should have just covered it over with something. Like a big sock or something.
No, my sword!
Incoming. Get to the chase. Don't blink.
What's going on? There they go, there they go.
Fries.
Fries, look.
Speed of light.
Nice big shots going in. Let's get the big numbers. 6k. I've seen her do more.
Don't blink.
weave you a verse. Rain out. Go.
Easy does it. Very satisfying though. I was thinking about the combat the other day as to whether it's a challenge anymore. And sometimes they can make it challenging. Like when you're getting frozen or you're doing that room, that frozen room, or sometimes they can actually make it challenging. But other times the combat can lack a little challenge insofar as I'm going to kill those chuffers. It's very unlikely they're going to kill me. But it's still nice and crunchy and it still feels good to do it. So I don't think it's bad. There's a lot of different things on this landscape. Like I said, I'm going to just leave a few of them and head this way and up there. But I'll definitely be coming back for all of them at some point. Can I fly in the air? Someday I'll fly away. No, okay. Might as well have this one on the way up.
Feeling lucky today.
La la la.
You know that chucker jumped right up there, then, didn't he?
Come on, coward.
Opening box of
Adept tricks. Getting mauled by that big chuffer. I noticed the other day I did a fight.
That really hurt.
And the big chuffing cow thing ran off at the end. So now I don't have to kill them. They can just run off. So I think they changed that. I think that's good. I might be wrong.
Life goes
I think if you kill all the people, then the cow thing will just run off.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Hey.
Looks like I'm killing it now anyway.
Don't blink.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Where do you think you're?
Dumpy dumpy go.
Thank you. There's a lot of stuff in the desert, isn't there? Like, it's not a big empty desert. There's a lot of stuff going on.
More treasure, more treasure.
What's that up there, look? Is that like a big coconut thing? Pick that up. Agilenka nut. It's a coconut. Agilenka nut. It's obviously a coconut, isn't it? I want to get that one down. Can't climb the trees though. And I can. There we go. Coco Loco. Stop opening up the seed dispensary. Nice. Picking up coconuts along the way.
La la la.
Must be this way, mustn't it? Although it looks like an overhang, so that's going to be an issue to me, is it? What's going on? When that is an issue, I can't climb an overhang, can I? I want to be up there, though. Let's see what happens. No, I'm not going to be able to climb the overhang. Oh, you chuffer. I suppose I come round this way.
Time to act.
Don't want to disturb the wildlife, but I'll get up this corner. Look.
Body and...
Don't attack me. You keep your eggs. Watch his... You're going to peck his bum. Watch, you can keep your eggs. Thank you. Dun 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 dun. Climbing up the sandy rocks. I bet they're hot, these rocks. There's some more baobabs. More traditional foliage on them. The sound design is very nice. It's got that desert wind feel. It's quite... makes you feel a bit empty and lonely by not filling the sound design too much. Which is good. Clever design. There's a little weasel in the desert, so he'll be hot.
Time to act.
Could be a she.
Feeling lucky today?
Only if you've got a chest, mate. Ah, my hands. Ah, I'm climbing on that. Ah, don't want to climb on that. Ow, my wet boy hands. That's what happened to me.
Time to act.
Stop hitting me. There's a Sealy statue. Again, coming back for all this sort of stuff. We're just having an investigate, open up the place, and then we'll do our wishes. Some Fatui, they get everywhere somehow. The bloody Fatui. You can't go anywhere without seeing those bloody Fatui. It's like dog poo, isn't it? You can't go anywhere without finding a fucking dog. I don't find one. I'm not looking for it.
Time to act.
Not hunting out dog poos, but, you know, why don't people pick up... If they've got a dog, pick up your dog poo, eh? Can't go anywhere these days without running into dog poo. The sand feels soft because it sounds soft. It's actually quite relaxing. Look, they're ambushing me.
Try to keep up.
I've had your apple now.
Body and mind.
I've had your sunset here, so... That's gone.
Time to
I
act.
thought I saw... There's the Sealy. That'll lead all the way back to where we came from, won't it?
Body and mind. Time to act.
Here we are. Statue of the Seven. Wet Boy can do this one. The world opens itself up before those with noble hearts. Let's see what we've got over here. Land of Upper Setek. Setek. It's quite Egyptian again, isn't it? The wording and stuff. Exploration progress 00. Another one of those great big chuffing Mr. Cyclops in there. In this valley. Up to something on the top hill here with a little bit of an oasis. I thought there'd be more of an oasis. I thought it might be a green corner. But it's not. So there is a bit more space between some of this stuff. Isn't there? Like, you get the feeling of space, and you're going to have some space. And it's a bit like the ocean, where there's nothing going on, or the islands, where the ocean's in between them and there's nothing going on. It makes the space big, but doesn't have to be as packed with stuff. So that's a negative to me in a way that I like loads of stuff going on, but a positive in that it gives the feeling of space. And you did run into 3 or 4 different things to have a fight with along the way. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think we'll come up, maybe we'll come up here and just do our wishes from on top of that building. If I can get up there, that is, look at it. I kind of like, in the game, I like it when the quests send me somewhere and they're like, oh, can you go and do this? And then I discover the place along the way. And it's a little less cool when I've already gone there and discovered it. And oh yeah, that place, yeah, I've been there. You know, but I do like to do this, so I'm going to go and go up here and have a look at what's going on.
Body and mind.
Looks like it might be a bit of a stamina climb. No, I missed it. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, Morty. I should have some stamina food, shouldn't I? Restores stamina, decreases climbing and sprinting stamina by 25%. We'll have that. Come on, get up there. Chuffer. What kind of transfer to that other rock? There we go. Get me up on there then. Is he going to stand up like a normal person? Yeah. No. I fear we don't make this, but we'll push it. Let's jump. Yes. Go on. Yes. Nice. Look at the sun in the desert as well. It's bright in the desert, isn't it? Through that pyramid in the distance. It's cool as fuck. I do like the mist, and the mist makes it, because it's so big and open, the draw distance, how far you can see, is so far. Without the mist, it would look a bit like in real life. The further things are away, the more haze you have in the environment between you and them, and the less opacity they seem to have, the less bright they are. And in the distance, it's like a collage, a layering. The closer things are, the more sharp and clear they are, aren't they? And this dust mist effect really creates that distance, like gives you more of a feel of the distance and feels more real. If you take it away, it just might look a lot cheaper all of a sudden. I know there's a chest over there, but I'm going to ignore it and go up to this, whatever this is. It's like a desert obelisk, isn't it? Looks like there might be some way in. Oh, look at the Pharaoh dogs. Look at the dog. Oh. Right, you chuckers are going to have to go then, aren't you? If we're going to be doing some sightseeing, then I can't be getting killed at the same time, so you chuckers are all going to have to go.
La la la.
Oh, that one's well eggy.
Dumpy, dumpy, go. Yeah.
Look at it, like a hot cross bun. Hot cross bunny. It's a little chicken one with a funny hat, isn't it? Look. Little hot cross bunny, that is.
No, my sword!
Don't blink. Wheel of life.
Get him in the corner, smash him up.
Incoming. Boing, boing. Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey!
No, my sword!
Well, it had a right go at me, that chicken bunny. Right, we can't go in there anyway. Oh, it's getting dark. Isn't it cool? I'm getting up on the top of this. What was that then? Pick up. Sacred Seal Valley. A stone plate with ancient text. See, I should be doing this on a quest. Climbing on the monument. Don't climb on the monument! No climbing on the monument. Please keep off the monument. Can't tell Wet Boy. You can't tell Amber. We need Amber for this. Hang
Leave it to me.
on. No climbing on the monument. There she goes. She'll get up there. Yeah, I think she'll get up there, won't she? There's a little ledge here we could probably stand on as well. Yeah. Charge up those batteries, Amber, because we're going all the way to the tickety-top. Lickety-split right up the ziggurat. It's like the eye of thingy there, isn't it? It's like an eye on that. We've got those gentle strums of the guitar in the Desert Night. Desert Nights are the best, aren't they? And the flare, or it's a reverse flare, isn't it? It's coming in. In Terry Pratchett's books, Pyramids, Terry Pratchett wrote a fucking excellent book called Pyramids. It stands alone as one of his finest works. Of course, it's in the Discworld series, so it's a Discworld book, but it stands alone as one of his finest works, Pyramids. And in it, their pyramids, it's like different ideas, but it reflected from... Someone's knocking on my window. Okay. My mate's just arrived, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about this in a little bit. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to break the stream in half. When we come back, we are wishing, okay? When we come back, we are wishing, but I'm literally going to like stop it about 15-20 minutes, take a break, come back. So you be good, my little pukas. We're going to come back and do the wishing as its own thing, separate stream. So you be good, my little pukas, and if you can't be good,